Hello, 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 123, 123. Welcome back to the stream. I'm your most illustrative host, Michael D. Nicola, and this is where I make a D-art and sometimes I make the goofs. As always, at the start of the stream, the top of the stream, well, I mute myself when I forget to. Also, I remind you guys that I have a Patreon, so thank you to my Patreon members, thank you to my YouTube members, not subscribers, but also subscribers. This is where I thank the people that give me money. Because, as always, this is America, baby. This is capitalism. We thank them first. And the rest of you fuckers get your thanks whenever you get them. With all that said, thank you to all the non-money givers. You guys are important, too.
I guess.
Maybe. No, but seriously, if you are a part of the community in any way, shape, or form on any of the various platforms, Discord, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, wherever you see my ass hanging out, liking, commenting, sharing, any of those things that make us internet pals, I appreciate it. I also like to start the stream by showing you guys the most recent thing I worked on, which is this piece right here. Just a quick little doodle I was doing last night, and I posted a YouTube short of it about an hour ago as I was setting up my stream. Now, Matt, I don't know if you have my stream up. Also, today we are joined by the beautiful, the vivacious, the gregarious Mr. Matthew.
Oh, I've
Mr.
never
Matthew,
had an intro like that. I may faint.
I don't know your surname, so I'm just going to call you Matthew Constantine.
You know what? I'm okay with it. It does give me a Greek portrayal, but I'm fine with that.
You know, you've got those ambiguously white ethnic genes. So you can pass for
Yeah, there's no fucking, like, people look at me, they don't think, like, he is definitely not anything but some form of white. Like, on the spectrum of white, there's no question. I'm there.
If you told me you were Greek, I wouldn't doubt you. I wouldn't be like, hey, tell me about the fucking Parthenon right now.
Greeks are hairy. Makes sense.
Yeah, they're
Although, you know,
swarthy.
oddly enough, my body, now I'm not smooth. I am somewhat of a hairy man.
Your body, your choice.
Like, yes, exactly. I keep it nice and shaved. No, I mean, like, you would figure somebody like me would have Robin Williams, like, on my chest and shit.
Oh my god, that guy was half chimp.
Yeah, I don't, though. I'm very nicely haired, I'd say. I'm haired to survive, but not look terrible.
I wouldn't mind if I had more body hair than I do. I'm pretty hairless, like a hairless cat.
For warmth, you'd like some more. I'd like
listen,
some
as is the indigenous
insulation.
and Asian genes, you know, you don't have a lot of hair, unlike Matilda. Unlike Matilda over there, who's a beast. But you know, the funny thing is, man, the Spaniards are really fucking hairy. So, like,
yeah.
So sometimes when you're looking at a Hispanic person, you get some. I've seen ladies that could probably rock full mustaches. Like, they're so fucking hairy. They've got sideburns practically. They've got hair. They've got that trail of hair that, like, starts at the back of your head and goes all the way down to your crack.
Oh yeah, I grew up with nothing but Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, and their mothers and aunties and everything all had the
unibrow,
extended sideburn. Well, the unibrow, but there's all had that sideburn that would go down to, like, mid cheek.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, like, indigenous people not that hairy. You know, like, when you look at the history books, you don't see indigenous people with, like, full fucking beards and shit.
It might be the climate too. Like, it might be one of those things where, like, indigenous people grew up in there was a different atmosphere for them, so the body itself didn't need it. Who knows? I mean,
right? No, we all
I don't
changed.
know is the whole point of hair just for insulation on the body, or, like,
beats me, man?
Is it sensory?
I still don't think they 100% know why. Like, we kept some of our hair.
We just have it because humans suck. Like, is that like because ideally we would all be hairless, right?
Yeah.
If we didn't need it.
You'd imagine we would have evolved from, like, you know, like, from the more primate like hominids, right?
Well, you would think we would all have the Jada Pinkett Smith disease.
Sure.
Alopecia.
Yeah. Baldyism.
Yes, the Bill Burr disorder. Yeah, I like how for men it's male pattern baldness. They're just like, no, you don't get get away from that. You're just bald, asshole.
Get on the fucking get on the Propecia, Jada.
Go get some hair plugs, you fucking freak.
Yeah, lose your heart on Jada.
Fucking dude, the Surreal Life is back.
No. Did
And
they
the dude who fucked Jada Pinkett Smith is one of the people on it.
bring back Mini Me from the grave?
No.
Did
Yeah,
they,
they
did they find a Haitian witch doctor to bring him back, dude?
I don't know why. I just got this image of like in a fucking like a Louisiana
Baton
cemetery.
Rouge.
It's just fucking Baton Rouge
Yeah.
cemetery. It's half swamp and just chanting.
Yeah.
No, but they replaced him with Malcolm in the Middle, Frankie Muniz.
Ugh. Now, I heard for the longest time the whole internet thought that guy, his brain was toast. But apparently I watched an interview, and apparently it was all taken out of context. So he said, I barely remember that stage of my life, and also I had a bunch of mini strokes, and those two things were confounded, and it got out there among like
He had like black brain.
yeah, yeah, dude, his brain looked like in X-rays. His brain looked like polka dots. That like he was he was just it got conflated that Malcolm in the Middle, Frankie Muniz, he had so many mini strokes, and his brain is such like mush now. He can't recall any of like the 90s into the early 2000s. It's all just a haze, and like he barely knows who he is. But he was on an interview, and the interviewer asked him, like, "Hey, what's this? The rumor is that you can't remember any." He's like, "No." He's like, "I was a kid, and it was hyper stressful, and I was running around, and that whole time in my life, it's just pure chaos. And also, I have these medical conditions." Those are two different stories. It was just like it's such a blur that time in my life, but also I have medical conditions. Those two aren't necessarily related, and I do remember things from that time in my life. It's really funny.
It was that Steve-O interview that actually made me really like him, because like, and I think one of the other things was yeah, you want to do lines of pepper?
You want to staple your nuts?
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing: is like the problem. I have a hard time taking Steve-O's. Like, I like his podcast, right?
But
then he still goes. No, he still goes on tour and like staples his balls to boards and shit on stage. So it's like
really funny the juxtaposition between old Steve-O and new
Steve-O. Yeah, because he's over here like, you need to get sober, man. I'm also tired of his preachy sober shit.
He's made it a personality, but a lot of like former druggies do. But they need something to latch onto when you're like.
Well, but look at how what's his face, Bam's friend that's sober and is like really successful now.
Friend?
Brandon Novak. He was an H addict for years. That's why he was always so fucked up. He was on H. He tells stories. The reason why he loves Bam and will always have his back is because he was strung out on H. They knew each other through the skating scene, and he told him, "You're gonna move into my house, but you need to get fucking clean." And that was like his first time. And then when he didn't get clean, he threw him out. But yeah, he's clean and sober. He runs his own like
so why hasn't Bam
clinic
more
type
fucking
thing.
sense?
Well, see, that was the thing is
right?
they've done interviews with Novak, and he's like, "I've tried, but basically what every sober recovering addict says is like that person needs to want to do it."
Yeah, no, you cannot drag anybody. You can try to drag people kicking and screaming. Now,
Dude, so what if I had 40 beers? I'm fine, man.
Dude, you gotta get sober.
He's over there like, you drank a turtle's head today.
Yeah.
What?
What's fucked is there is unless like you come to that epiphany yourself. And the thing is, man, everybody's rock bottom is completely different, man. So my rock bottom, and I learned this firsthand. What I found to be my rock bottom that kind of snapped me out of it and woke me up from my own addiction was like it fucking paled in comparison to some of the stories I heard during, the sharing part of the meetings. Dude, there were some people who were saying, I'm not going to repeat some of the stuff because it was really personal, but there were some people who were, I'll tell you some light stuff, man. People shitting themselves, like at work, like blackout drunk, just shitting their pants, like just Oof. like people like just blacking out, waking up half naked down like a staircase somewhere with fucking zero recollection of what happened.
Oof.
Really, but like it took them to reach that level, and for some even more so, until something went off in their brain where it's like I have to do something about this. But there are other people who, regardless of how bottom you think rock bottom is, like they will hit that and nothing, no light turns on, I mean, look at Andy Dick, dude, or look at Bam Margera. Doesn't matter how much you lose, doesn't matter how much you take away, doesn't matter how much you suffer. It's just nothing is ever going to compete to that high, ever.
Oh,
Fucking
everybody's bottom's different, but I mean, I guess you're right. There are those are the people that die from the addiction. The people that, even though the bottom has been hit, they still can go lower.
Sure, man. Look at the, look at people like Chris Farley and those types, man. They just put.
Yeah, his is definitely, he was just swimming in misery.
Dude, you just put the pedal to the metal and you don't let up.
Well, I think the problem with him too was a lot of the mental shit because he was fat, and he had that idea of like, well, now I'm the fat guy, so he got bigger and bigger, which makes you more miserable. As you get bigger and you become. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do think if he wouldn't have died, he would have taken a serious swing. He'd probably be one of those like Robin Williams type where it's like, did you see that Chris Farley's like nominated for whatever?
I mean, not exactly. Robin Williams ended up hanging himself. Now, I heard that was due to his disease.
Yeah. From what I've read, people that were really close to him said that it was his brain was, one day he'd be Robin and the other day he wouldn't be. So there's speculation if it was when he did do it, was he Robin? And was it Robin saying, I can't fucking take this? Or was it the other guy that was known when he would get into those moods to at least attempt self-harm?
Yeah, I heard he had some kind of like rapid onset like dementia or Alzheimer's. That's what I'd heard.
Yeah, he really started losing himself pretty quickly there. Like he was right after he did that. I think he left that TV show he was on, or it got canceled because he was deteriorating.
Yeah, man, pretty.
It was that one on NBC with, I think, Sarah Michelle
Gellar. Yeah, no, I think it was around there, which is really fucking terrifying if you think about it. There are people who live like their lives, they reach middle age, and sometimes as early as 40, and it's just this, their brain starts to fucking melt. I mean, I know I'm being hyperbolic, but you like the dementia just is like this rapid onset deterioration of like all your faculties, as if you were like an 80-year-old.
My wife's dad had that. That's he ended up going because his body failed, but his mind failed him. He had a stroke, and then I met her, I think a few years after he had the stroke, and he degraded the rest until he passed a couple of years back.
Oh, all right. I thought you met her at the funeral. You were hanging outside. Like,
yeah, I was just looking for eat.
You were Will Ferrell at the end of Wedding Crashers.
Oof, yeah, basically. Just looking for that sad puss.
Mom, the meatloaf.
No. What a life. If you have no shame, that's got to be the greatest life ever, right? Like if you just have no self-awareness, like just to think that way, the way you live is okay by living with your mother and then just fucking random sad women.
Just having.
I mean, at least you found your niche.
Oh, the 2010s. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, you could still say the other F word and then.
Yeah, you could.
Oddly enough, it was just starting to get phased out.
It was the opening of The Hangover.
Yeah, no shit, yeah.
Yeah, what the hell? They called that guy, the guy from The Office. Paging Dr. F word. Who was played by...
It wasn't the guy from The Office. He's a lookalike to somebody from The Office.
No.
I don't remember his name.
He plays Andy from The Office. Dr. What's-his-face?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Ed Helms.
Ed Helms. Because he doesn't... Okay. His face doesn't look like a guy named Ed Helms.
No, I think maybe that's his problem, and why he didn't go like super A-lister was his fucking name. Like
Ed Helms, dude. Helms. I think Ed Harris, like a fucking grizzled, fucking borderline ugly guy who's
Every
like might stab you.
Every time I think of Ed Harris, I think of Ed Harris from The Rock.
Yeah, I think
like that's the only Ed Harris that pops up in my head.
When I think Ed Harris,
Home Depot guy.
I think Ed Harris, Westworld. Fucking evil. Tough
so he took over the Yul Brynner role.
Yes. Yeah, dude. Okay. And he is fucking terrifying, man. He's the Man in Black.
Fuck, I want to watch that show now.
Dude, he will as soon shoot you in the face as he would gut you alive. And with Ed Harris's fucking mean-looking mug, man, you believe every ounce of it, man. That guy's a...
Fuck, I don't know if my wife would... I mean, because it's a slower burn show, right?
It's slow. Again, character study, kind of like Rogue One, kind of like a Breaking Bad. Slow, and then... But
writing is great.
The writing is great, and that first season, I would actually recommend you just watch the first season. To be honest,
Just the first season.
just the
Out of
first
3.
season.
1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Uh, Richard Harris, Jared Harris. Who are these people? Is Richard Harris the dead dude from Harry Potter, or am I thinking somebody else?
I know that name.
Westworld is also interspersed with hyper violence, which is interesting because it'll go slow, 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 and then oh my god, somebody's getting beheaded. Because like the robots.
Which is separate from the movie, because the movie was essentially half a movie of talkity talk and getting into the Westworld itself, and then the like last third of the movie, the robots go nuts and it's violence.
Yeah, this is because you actually get to see the people at the park. It's kind of a take on like human nature, and there are some people who at the park just become absolute fucking animals. Like,
really?
Yeah, you'd imagine like the same way you'd imagine like, I wonder what that guy gets into behind closed doors. And it's like, hey, I'm your friendly neighbor. But like you see someone dead behind the eyes, like, oh, what a lovely day we're having. I couldn't help but notice your begonias are coming in excellent. And then
but then they're really torturing people in the basement.
But then like the second that guy gets into the park, dude, it's fucking like, let's see who can.
It's almost like Dead Rising-esque with the psychos.
It's pretty gnarly, man. Jared
cool.
Harris.
I want to watch it now.
Richard is the dead guy. English Bob, also English Bob and Unforgiven. Jared Harris is the son who was. Oh, Jared Harris, the actor. Is he the one that kills himself? The guy who commits suicide, or am I thinking somebody else? No, I think I'm thinking about a different actor. You haven't watched Mad Men yet, so I'm not gonna. Somebody kills himself.
Yeah, I actually bought it because I got it on sale for $15, the whole thing, or 10 or something. So I'm not even gonna stream it.
Hey now, dude, I had a great time playing Overwatch with you, the arcade stuff. Because of course,
that 5-on-5 Roadhogs was nuts.
But it's such a different. It feels like we're playing a different game entirely, man. It's way more of a chess move. Like, oh, I see your Roadhog and I raise you a Zarya. And it's like,
we're all Bastions now.
Right. Or rather, we see your Roadhog, we raise you a team of Pharahs. And it's like, oh, okay, we see your team of Pharahs, we'll raise you a pair of Bastions and like the fucking.
Well, like they did to us with the we had Pharahs and they went Torbjorn because there's turtles.
Right. We see your Pharahs, we raise you a Torbjorn. Which is
I wonder
nightmare.
if the deathmatch feels like that, where it's like you don't have to worry about objectives, you just start wrecking people. If that's fun. I haven't played the deathmatch in Overwatch since they first brought it out way back when. I
would do a deathmatch and the other thing is it gets you. It does a couple things. Oh, hello Matilda, how are you? The other thing is it familiarizes you with characters. So like you jump into characters that you might not normally play, and it kind of helps you. Like me jumping into Soldier. I think I maybe got 1 or 2 kills as the soldier when I was running around briefly. It was enough to just harass the Pharahs and the Mercies. But it was a nice kind of reminder of like, oh, this is what playing a hit scan is like versus like playing like when Orisa fires or when Roadhog fires.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, hit scans work more like this, and this, oh, he flees like this and heals like this. Really, really kind of helps you become an all-around player.
Yeah, there's that thing about also like having to think, like when we're, at the last minute and a half of gameplay and we need a push to get to the next objective, and it's like they're not going to expect Bastion. So I'll go Bastion and just wreck them, but as soon as they figure that out, they bring out a Genji and it's like, all right, going back to Junkrat.
Right.
Like it's a weird, like I always used to play the game as like, no, I chose this fucking character. This is the character I'm playing the entire match. And now it's like, because moving around used to be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, pick a character you're good with. But now, I don't know, I kind of like the concept of, like, trying to counter whatever strategy they're using.
Yeah, no, it's a lot more fun. Because also the other thing is, you don't take it as seriously. At least I don't take those arcade games. No. Like, if we lose, it doesn't feel great to lose, but you kind of don't give a shit because you may have just been playing on a team full of Lucios
farm endorsements, man.
And just fucking around. Like you might have just been fucking like when we were playing that first couple rounds where nobody was on the objective. Like the enemy team didn't care. We didn't necessarily care. We knew it was the thing we had to do, but like most people were chasing kills and trying to kill it and like just like trying to have stupid fun.
I think we won that one because literally all of you guys were just fighting,
Yeah,
and me and I think Mercy were like, "All right, well, I guess we'll just sit on the
I
objective."
guess.
And there
Yeah, I
was
guess.
one sniper that kept getting killed and respawning, and then we kept killing them.
Ideally, everyone should learn at least one or two hero classes. Agreed. Agreed. I know. I'm a solid Lucio. I'd say. Um, I'm a solid Lucio, but the problem with Lucio is like no boost, no quick boost heals. Just kind of like slow burn. He's got one quick boost healing ability, but that's on like a heavy cooldown. That's on like a 12-second cooldown. So you get to use that once.
His special's great for the heals. I mean, I would argue his is better than Zenyatta's because you get that like extra boost health side of it too.
Zenyatta's Zenyatta's better at line of sight murder. Like if you've just
Yeah, if
got a
you can get
straight,
good at his DPS, he's pretty. You're good with him. Like I get wrecked by Zenyatta.
if you could, if you the you know like if you're in a straight shot, right? Which are there are a lot of these in Overwatch where you just have a straight, nowhere to flank from. I mean, without going way out of your way, nowhere, no, not with no real cover, and you're just funneled in a straight line. Zenyatta will fuck you up, man. Like if he knows your team is going to come around the corner and he could time it right, those things
Yeah,
will
I think for
melt.
the heals, like my two healers are gonna be. I mean, obviously Moira. I get fucking play of the games with Moira,
Yeah, you do.
and who's that other one? Brigitte.
Brigitte can
Bridget,
fuck the.
whatever.
I've seen. I tried to use Brigitte and I gave up after a couple rounds. It was so like doing her like power dash and all that.
I like she's awesome though if you are in a map like where there's the circular hole in the middle,
Yeah.
because she will push you backwards. You don't have to pull her or anything. You can actually just launch people who are in front of you off, which is why I like her. She comes in handy for that. Sigma and
Oh,
Orisa are probably my favorite tanks,
I want to learn
and
how to use Sigma.
Roadhog is quickly becoming third. Sigma, if you can get good at aiming his shit, dude,
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Roadhog and the squishies.
dude, I've been melted by Sigmas with good aim. Like just a couple of those fucking things, man. And then they just put the barricade up, and then they've got their little uh, black hole warp absorption. So like barrier up, warp absorption, ball thingies, and then just like the general like cover and like getting heals.
Yeah,
Sigmas are a motherfucker.
well, he can also when he does his absorption and he heals himself. I'm always running around like I need fucking heals, and I go, oh wait, never mind,
Yeah,
and I press it and just eat all the damage in front of you guys and heal up. I've never played with him before recently, and so Brigitte used to have a shield stun because all she has now is the shield bop or the shield boop where she pushes you back with it,
yeah.
which is not the greatest. I mean, she's great if you're going after like a Mercy, a Moira, somewhat, a Tracer, something like that. Because a couple swings with her shit and they're dead.
Yeah. If you're getting up close, if you're in a close quarters,
Yeah, no, I enjoy. I'm waiting for the whatever they do for the winter. Oh, I
yeah.
think my
Well,
headset
dude,
died.
I hit I'm battle pass level 94. I'm battle pass 94. So the only thing you get after that are those cool tags next to your name. I finally figured out what the fuck those were. And if you hit level 200 prestige, you get like fucking like necromancer or something. You get a really fucking cool sounding one.
I've almost completed the battle pass now.
Hell yeah. Noobs should not start with snipers. They need to start off with something easy like Soldier and Moira. You'd see, you know what, man? I used to think Soldier is probably the best entrance from a first person shooter, but it's deceptive. Soldier is so deceptive because what it does is encourage characters to play like they're playing Call of Duty, which is the worst mentality to foster in Overwatch.
I mean, the way a soldier really should be playing is staying with people fairly close to people, using his explosive shot a lot, but also using his radial heal. People wildly underutilize his healing for anything but themselves.
Yeah, no, radial heal can really help your teammate out. Because remember, if your teammate as a healer, you learn as Lucio, right? Because Lucio's heals are slow. They're not like a mercy heal or even like an Ana heal grenade. For the most part, they're kind of like over time, it's kind of like this inch heal, but just by hanging out close to your teammates, making sure everybody's in your healing radius so that they heal, even if it's slightly over time, that shit adds up, man. I've out healed Mercy in games before, merely because I was in the mix, and as Lucio, you're able to stay in the mix. But it's that general kind of like area of healing around you, and what it does is it keeps your teammates alive. Sometimes you got to think about it like a teammate can do as much damage at 100% health as they can at 1% health. So as long as you keep them in the game long enough to keep doing that DPS, that could be the difference between a win and a loss for your team. Like keeping a teammate alive, which is just a little bit of health while you're there. They could land a shot that caps one or two players, or they could land their ult. Like it's just it matters more than you think. So having a soldier that has an area of effect healing, and then not using it, or having him run off in the middle of nowhere using it by himself, then get like murked by a better player, it's just a giant waste for the whole team.
Yeah. I mean, soldier is deceptively powerful too. Like when you hit people, and what people don't understand is you really want to try to burst fire his weapon, because as you fire with him, it gets more powerful, and you want to do the combo of burst fire hit and then throw that fucking bomb he throws out that just rips. I do always love when like there's several of us attacking one person, and I'm Moira, and I'm draining their life, and it just comes down like butter. It's just whoa.
Yeah, it's
and you get that nice little tink. You killed them.
Love that. Love that. And I am all Matilda. I'm all caught up on Spy Family dubbed, because I'm watching it with the lady, and it's one of those, I finally found an anime that the lady enjoys. It took me like 2 years. I realize now she doesn't know this, but she hates shonen manga, shonen anime. So like Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, One Punch Man, even like Cyberpunk. It doesn't matter. It could be the best. She just does not like that like teen to like preteen boy anime. Like, no, not her cup of tea, which makes sense. She's not a teenage boy. And which also makes sense for me because I'm not Epstein. So she's more of a slice of life kind of gal. She's more of a slice of life anime kind of gal. Let's see. I just watched episode 14 and 15 with Jan. They're so cute. But I think Spy Family is one of the more universally loved anime. Well, I told Bill the whole reason why I started watching is because I looked at the most like watched anime charts, and actually Bale literally showed the list for October 2022. Highest watched anime list. Got like a top 10. And you saw like Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho, all of my favorites. And then at the fucking top of the list, by a lot, Spy Family, dude. Fucking Spy Family by a mile. And I thought, but I saw this like months ago. Months and months ago I saw this. And I thought, what the fuck is this anime? Now I also saw the manga selling. The manga of My Dress Up Darling. And I thought, no fucking way, dude. Just based on that title alone, I feel like I start watching My Dress Up Darling, then I start voting super progressive down the list, and then I start drinking nothing but soy, and then my wife's got a boyfriend, and you know what? And then I'm losing all my hair, and then growing a beard, and then I'm yelling at President Trump on Twitter next.
You monster. My boyfriend said you're mean. My wife's boyfriend.
It's not a path I'm willing to go down. I barely got Jan to watch My Dress Up Darling. See? Yeah, no. Listen. Just because your boyfriend's a British cigarette doesn't mean I am. Right, Matt?
Exactly, quote unquote.
Now ban me, please.
Take that, algorithms.
Yeah, I just so Matilda, I'm up to episode 16 because that's the most recent released dub episode. It's on Funimation right now, and I believe the dub is 2 weeks behind the Rego sub. But it was because I accidentally told him the title and the plot. What? Oh, you told him the title and the plot. So you're saying he would have? I saw the title, and the title's like it's just so gross, you know. It's like watching an anime title like I don't even know, dude. Matt, can you think of a title worse than My Dress Up Darling as a show to watch?
My Little Pony.
Yeah.
My Dress Up, to try to get like your husband or man into a show called My Dress Up. Yeah, you're gonna have some trouble.
Yeah, no. Wait, Matilda. Now I might be all wrong. My dress. If you told me, all right, the name of the show is My Dress Up Darling, and I'm like, fuck you, and you're like, but wait, it's about an axe murderer with a heart of gold. You know, it's Dexter meets Naruto or something. You know, and you're like, okay, you know. You know,
I see it.
Yeah, it's like it's Christian Bale from American Psycho meets, Steve-O stapling his balls on stage. You gotta get sober, dude.
Come on, dude. Too much drinky drink, dude.
This is most of my friends who read that manga are all guys. I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna let that hang. But I also wasn't
guys, quote unquote.
Yeah. She spelled the other word wrong. But I also wasn't aware the English version of the name would be like that. What'd you think was the Japanese version of the name?
Happy Fun Time Special Hour.
Yeah. I wonder if Bale watches My Dress Up Darling. He might in secret.
He puts it on before he goes to bed at night.
He puts it on while he puts his lipstick on.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah. I was 1000% thinking Buffalo Bill. Goodbye, horses. What's that? What's the next line? I'm climbing onto you, something like that.
I don't remember. I didn't really latch on to that.
Yeah. You know,
inspiration of mine as a kid.
It's not something you sting in the car. Generally speaking.
Hey, I learned a new song, Mom. Would you fuck me? What the hell? I'd have gotten beat for that.
They would have thrown you in the fucking trash compactor.
We always had one.
Let me find out. Sono Bisque doll. I'm not even fucking what? Sono Bisque.
Bro, Sono Bisque sounds like a soup. Is there lobster in that?
There better be. There better be at least crab.
See, some seafood crustacean.
Dude, I don't like crab rangoon, man. I'm not a rangoon man.
So wait, now I'm not with the rangoon. What are you, Jerry Seinfeld? I don't get it, rangoon. Do you not like it because of the cream cheese, or you don't like the fake crab?
I'm tolerant of the fake crab. I am not tolerant of the cheesy cream and fish. That's just.
Yeah, I like it personally, but I would agree that like a fried wonton is better.
I would take a fried wonton over that. Listen, I like fried things and I like cheesy things and I like fried fish things, but something about the creaminess of the cream cheese on like that artificial crab.
Well, if you go to a legit Chinese spot that like has that, it's usually real crab and it's like an expensive fucking appetizer. The problem is in your average greasy spoon, it's like they don't make their own. It's all just bought from some fucking food service company. And you get tiny little bits of fake whatever is supposed to be crab in there.
You know what? When it comes to sushi, I don't like cream cheese in the sushi. Like I know
that's my wife loves the Philadelphia roll.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I couldn't even think of the name of it because I've ordered it once. I think my lady ordered it once and I had some of hers and it was gross, dude. Again, the fish and the cheese, it feels wrong to me, man. It'd be like if you
I don't
yeah.
I don't hate it like you do. I'll eat it, I enjoy it, but I am much more of a spicy sweet sauce guy with like an eel sauce, or I love tuna rolls, or
Give me
the
a spicy
Godzilla
tuna roll.
Yes, any day with a little bit of the crunchy on top. Oh yeah. But you know,
Yeah,
she
Yoj.
that's her favorite. If it's got cream cheese in it, she wants it. I also when we go to this sushi place that is like they have an all you can eat lunch menu with appetizers and shit. So we'll order a couple apps and a few rolls. They have this thing. It's a jalapeno stuffed with meat and other stuff, and then deep fried, and it's fucking delicious.
Oh,
The
dude,
tsunami bomb is what they call it.
do you know what it is, man? The New York Jew in me loves a bagel with lox, which is I just realized
How
that
does that work?
a schmear. I like a. You know what it is? It's because the fish taste is different.
It's smoked.
It's that smoked lox that you could just eat like raw, more or less, out of the fridge. You know.
Okay, what if you had a Philadelphia roll, but it was lox styled smoked salmon instead of just
Well, now we're
salmon?
cooking, right? So like, I think that's what it is. I think maybe it's the fishy taste is different,
It's just you. Maybe you also. I mean, I'd
but
imagine
also
there's
like, but
something to
also
do
the
with like
bread.
you want it cooked with that combination.
Yeah, yeah.
What about a
Uh,
deep fried cream cheese salmon roll? They make them.
I'd be down to try that. I wouldn't be opposed to give that a go. Has a bunch of translations. That bisque doll who fell in love. What's a bisque doll? Sexy cosplay doll. More than a doll.
I think you're probably better off with trying to approach it with no. It's sexy cosplay doll is the show I'm watching. You want to watch it?
You want to watch
More than a
sexy?
doll sounds like Pinocchio.
I mean, I did watch Lars and the Real Girl way back when, and that's more or less.
I remember that movie. That was before he was ripped and punching people.
Yeah, let's watch Ryan Gosling be a real freak show for a little while.
Yeah, let's take the most like beautiful man in Hollywood right now and make him a fucking incel.
Yeah, let's have a little fun with this. Two major food distributors control almost all food for restaurants. They used to supply raw ingredients, but now they supply pre-made food that most places just reheat. Wow, that stinks, Yoj. Yoj, that stinks. Even the fancy restaurants, Yoji, even the like high-end, classy ones, or are you just talking about diners? Ba-da, 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 ba-da. Even the mid to high end. Wow. Yoji's cracking this whole fucking case wide open. Hey, so not to not to dip into this arena for too long, but we were talking about this the other day in the Discord. We were talking about the midterm elections. Did you?
Yeah, quite a red wave. I think several small towns in Florida were drowned in it. That's about it.
Yeah, no. There was apparently I had somebody said they had gerrymandered. They had redistributed the maps as they always do. But like, you ever notice like the Dems and the Republicans do this? They redraw the lines on the map to turn counties. I don't know if you for any non-Americans like Matilda. So what they do is you have the God, how do you even describe gerrymandering and
Well, it's basically when one county is this color,
yeah.
they take it and they go, well, that's a county that belongs to us now, and so they're going to get red votes or blue votes. The problem is they don't ask the fucking citizens. It's not like, do you guys want to be part of this? It's like, hey, we
Yeah.
did this. Oh, by the way, because you're in this county now, you pay more taxes.
Yeah, I was actually looking up the Queens County that I'm in. And sure enough, Queens County there are reds just like every other place, man. They're blue. It's mostly blue, but there are still pockets of red. Actually, this area that I'm in right now, it's surprisingly Republican leaning. So there's a little red pocket here, kind of in the center of like northeastern Queens. So
Long
like I saw,
Island's kind of a
Long
red
Island is
area,
fucking
too.
practically all bright red, man. They actually two House seats were switched because of the governor, who was running in New York, Lee Zeldin.
That's the red trickle.
It's the red trickle, baby. But dude, as a person who's not really into politics, definitely on the periphery. But you hear the general talk, right? But every fucking Republican I knew, it's red wave, man. And then I saw somebody shared a video of Fox News at the beginning of the election day, and it was like, boy, they were hyping up the fucking red wave, baby. Like, oh, it's coming.
Oh yeah.
And then fast forward hours later, and they were shitting on Trump, dude. They were shitting on Trump.
Well, yeah, that's the new play, isn't it? It's going to blame Trump because the problem with Trump is he can't even announce that he's going to run until this week. So like he can't even tell people I'm officially running, so you should do this, this, and this. Otherwise, it's election fraud or some shit. So it's like they can blame him, but they've been the party going. Yeah, we're gonna wait and see what Trump does for how many months?
Right. And dude, I remember when he was first running. I guess second time he was running, but when he was running in 16, and he was running up against Cruz to get the nomination, and all the other, and the way they were fucking at each other's throats like jackals, and the fucking calling Cruz's dad the fucking Zodiac killer, just all these crazy fucking things, right? And then lo and behold, dude, what happens? He wins the nom, and then all is forgiven, man. It's like Zodiac killer who? Yeah, sure. We were just palling around up there.
Well,
it's like, go fuck
Trump
yourself.
Did that shit with that though too. I remember when he called Ted Cruz lying Ted.
Yeah.
And then it became Lion Ted when Ted was on his side.
Great.
Like lion as in the animal. It's just the weirdest like fucking, but that's politics, right? Like you ever see the movie My Fellow Americans?
No.
It was two old dudes who were former presidents. One was Democrat, one was Republican. And they end up, shit happens, and they end up having to travel together. And they just talk shit to each other the whole time. It's like they all know each other. They're all in the same fucking group. Let's not be ignorant about it.
Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription, Elizabeth. 26 months. Thank you. Yoji says, happens in politics all the time. It's redrawing the lines and borders so they are the new majority, like drawing lines from poor neighborhoods into rich areas so they could get tax write-offs meant for poor people. Jesus Christ. Even he also praised McConnell and his wife. He even made his wife transportation secretary, but now he's saying both are commies and should die, something along those lines. Yeah, it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. The fact that Fox News couldn't suck Trump's balls harder, and then once the favors came down from on high, Fox News is all their fucking team. Who are they chanting now? DeSantis. DeSantis is their golden boy. Yeah.
Well, everybody's going to go back to Team Neocon and say we need to remember Republican values and blah blah blah.
Yeah, we were having the conversation in Discord was like, it's all horse shit, dude. Red wave. Fuck all. But I will say this, though. Customarily, in our great nation, the pendulum swings back and forth, right? You know, so it's a Republican is in office, and then, you know, normally during the midterms, things switch over if they're not happy with what's going on. So, the Congress switches sometimes, or at the very least, it's a divided Congress. But, you know, usually the House or the Senate flip to the other party. It's just how it goes. It's weird that the Senate didn't flip and the House flipped, like not by a lot, you know, like it wasn't this like landslide victory. And it made me I was really trying to think why. Because again, let's be honest, dude. This administration hasn't really been crushing. We'll say
that's the scary thing too, is because then you have Biden. As soon as the red wave didn't exist, his tone went, and I think he's even recorded as to saying like, "I'm not changing anything," and of course I'm running again. And it's like, so if that's the case, and it's emboldened this guy to, because you know whether you want to talk about Biden's mental shit or not, the guy's got a fucking ego and a half on him. He's no better than Trump. He's never taken any blame for any real criticism anybody's given him. He deflects everything, and he goes into angry tizzies when they call him out on his shit. He's Trump with dementia.
My biggest problem with that dude is that he's a fucking career politician, just the same as the rest of them, man. He's been in there for how many fucking years? I feel like there's footage of him in the fucking 1920s signing fucking... signing
he
shit
signed the Constitution, this fucking asshole.
He's so fucking old, man. it's like, oh well, this is what he was voting for back in the civil rights era. I'm like, what is he still doing there? It's like, what are
Well, I
any
mean,
of them
he's
still
also the
doing there?
guy that has a quote of like doesn't want his child to be raised in a racial jungle.
Yeah, no, it's like, hey, cut him some slack. It was 70 years ago, or whatever the fuck. It's like, why?
Yeah, but
What?
Kevin
Like,
Hart tweeted the other F word a decade ago, and he should be hung.
yeah, get that guy out of here. Well, listen, he's not an elected representative. Uh, if
Give
you
him less
ask him,
responsibility in that case.
if you ask him what he's running for, he will say the HOA president. He also lied about his credentials. He also stole, didn't he? Isn't he the guy that stole John F. Kennedy's speech? He just plagiarized it.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
and then
no.
he lied in saying that he lied about his son dying in Iraq, I believe.
Christ almighty, man. But like,
Yeah, he's got a bunch of shit
he's
that
not
just
like,
is infactual.
when you're like, this guy sucks, Trump sucks. I mean, they all suck to a pretty significant degree, man. And again, dude, when it comes to career politicians, it just, I hate that that's a thing, man. I hate that this is just like your line of work. Your line of work is just doing this shit.
They expect their gold watch and to get a notoriety at the end.
Right, but like there's such a detachment, man. You think Biden or Trump or any of these fuckers, do you think fucking Harris or Pelosi, do you think any of them know what it's like to live a life as a person who's fucking like just trying to make ends meet? Get the fuck out of here.
No, because that was my main complaint about Sanders, is the guy didn't start working until his late 30s, and it was for government.
But like that, but like if you look at it, even that, right? So late 30s, but when? 1975? 1975? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, it was in the 70s or early 80s when he first started really working.
Yeah,
and that's when he got into politics,
so
and he's been there forever.
Fuck.
And what has any of them done to make anything better? The Department of Education's been around for how long, and kids have gotten dumber and less of them graduate.
Let's see. That's why he dropped out of the running for president in the 90s, because of his lies. But Kamala is okay being VP to a racist. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot the Dems were at each other's throats during their during them duking it out.
And here's the problem with media, is her response to when they called her out on that was, oh, that was during the debates. That was during the debate. And it's like, then they didn't push. Yeah. Nobody goes, what the fuck does that mean, you goon? You called him a racist.
Well, because let's be honest, right? The media is also fucking suckers who were in on it, right? They get, because you know what happens, right? They get pissy with her. They don't get invited back. Their questions don't get answered. They get shunned. You don't play nice, you get punished. Therefore, you have to fucking
unless you're the token
balls.
Republican guy that right. They want to rip on. Like you get to sit in, because we're
just gonna shit on you every time. We're gonna make you look like a retard at every opportunity.
Yeah, even if you're right, we're gonna frame it in such a way that you're the asshole.
Now, I'll be honest, I did not vote. One, because I was lazy, but two, because the only race I knew was the gubernatorial race for New York, and I fucking can't stand either candidates. We talked about this last week. One is a blowhard career politician who's exactly what you'd expect, hyper progressive, patting herself on the back for doing nothing, I believe there was a shooting in Buffalo, was it, this past year? Whatever it was. I mean, who can even keep track? She passed some bullshit legislation about, I don't even know, ammo or gun. I don't know. It was something asinine that fixes nothing, that does nothing. You know, I think it was, maybe she made the age, I think maybe she upped the age from 18 to 21 to own a firearm. I believe that may have been what it was. It was just, whatever it may have been. It was just completely nonsensical in regards to what it's going to change. In regards to specifically the event that transpired that made her get up on a podium and say, and this is what I'm doing to solve this issue. And it's horseshit. It's all horseshit. The press conference was bullshit. Her patting herself on the back for a job well done for doing nothing. Bullshit. And then I was looking at the pubs, the Republican candidates. I was looking at his track record, voting wise. And of course, he's he's towing the party line all the way through. Super pro-choice, blah, 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 blah. Then during the campaign, changed his mind on a whim, because of course there's no way you're going to win New York unless you fucking, move a little bit. Yep. And you realize it's all horseshit, right? So I was like, okay, maybe there's a third party candidate. And you know what? No fucking third party candidate whatsoever. It's just like, oh, okay. So there's literally, I'm not doing it, man. Like, I'm not going to choose between two shitheads who I can't stand because I have to.
Yeah, I took a different approach this year, something I've never done. And I voted the opposite of who's in power. Well, I did red unless there was libertarian candidates, which for some reason there's only like 3. And I mean,
Yikes.
this thing was 2 pages double-sided, and there was like 3 libertarian candidates.
Maybe that's what I
I
should have done.
voted I voted red across the board, and then every single judge and person that was like up for re-election, I voted to not give them their job back. And then
Interesting.
the ones that were running unopposed, I didn't vote for anybody, and I had to go through a process to where the guy was like, "You didn't fill any of these out," and I go, "Yeah, I don't want any of them. They're not. I don't want them. I'm not going to vote for them." And he goes, "Well, I'll just have to put in there that's what you did. Then give me a second."
Oh my God.
So it's like, no, the way this city is run, the mayor's shit. I mean,
Oh, Mayor
Chicago is one of the
Beetlejuice?
most yeah, Beetlejuice. Not only is she shit at her job, she's also egotistical, and it's just, fuck off. None of you deserve to have your jobs. All of you should be fired. The whole city and the government within it is so corrupt. Everybody should be let go.
It is wild that in cities that are having a rougher time, any of the major cities, the vast majority of them overwhelmingly run by Democrats, and have been for decades, and yet they just keep voting them in. They change nothing, they fix nothing, they hold up none of the promises that they make, and yet they just keep getting voted in time and time again.
Well, that's the problem with the cities like this. Is even like, Illinois is fairly red for the most part when you get out of Chicago, but because Chicago has such a population and the electorals and everything, Chicago dictates the way Illinois votes.
What's the Yoj say? Yoj saying, just look how much.
Baltimore,
Look
yeah.
at that idiot Adams almost. Look at that idiot Adams lost converting his paycheck to crypto. Nothing's improved. Take a look at Baltimore. Democrat black controlled since the 70s, and nothing's gotten better.
Yeah, let me just put this into perspective. A government politician is letting his paycheck be paid to him in a unverified non-government currency.
I had no.
Just the stupidity in that.
I had no idea that was happening. Jesus Christ.
Like, if crypto gets shot down, it's because the government's going to put in regulations that make it monopoly money. And they'll say it's got no backing. The only backing is the American currency in this country. And that's if it becomes too powerful. But there's that dude that just fled the country to Argentina. What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about the FTX guy?
Yeah.
Dude, that is insane,
That's a whole
man.
fuckery, man.
Dude, I've heard about that. Because I mean, it was all social media was talking about this weekend. How many billions vanished, and all corruption.
I mean, it's fraud and that's why he fled to Argentina. Personally, I would just be okay with the Argentinians doing the job for us, and we find them in a river.
All the crypto exchanges are making their own tokens. How does that work? They aren't governments. They can't print money. Well, they can now, Yoji, because there's zero regulation, or near zero regulation.
Well, yeah, because it's all made up. This is worth money. Why? Well, because my guy with 3 PCs just farmed it from data. Well, what is it? What am I actually farming? Data. What does the data tell me? Oh no, nothing. It's just data, and it's worth money. Well, I say it is. That's why. That's
Yeah.
crypto.
10 to 15 billion went missing.
Fuck. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, dude. And I heard I heard the conspiracy theorists are going nuts because somebody else is involved. Somebody from MIT. There was a gal involved at Alameda. Now, the thing is, I'm talking out of my ass because I don't know the ins and outs, because I only heard about this. I read a couple of articles about what was going on, and it's so in depth what's happening. It's wild. They also have these friendly, benign names like Alameda Reese. Yeah. What's up, T-Woke? How you doing, buddy? Oh shit, Liz was here. I wanted to ask Liz how her and Nikki's trip went. They were hyping it up. They were hyping up their hangout sesh last week, end of week. I know Liz was excited to see Nikki, and vice versa.
Yeah, I think they were a little sad because it was only a night. It was like an overnight. They wanted more time.
Pillow fight? I don't know. You see, though, I could have asked them. He said him moving billions of user funds to his hedge fund was an accounting error. Is that what it was?
I put the decimal in the wrong place. That's all.
Just a little oopsie daisies. No, but apparently
that Chase Quick Pay isn't always accurate, you know.
But I did see that they were, and again, I'm not a finance or crypto dude, so this is way outside my wheelhouse. But I'd heard, or I was reading in one of these articles, that apparently the finance types were calling this dude, because he was worth however many billions, they were calling him the next to, like, fucking, John Astor or whatever the fuck. They were like, oh, this guy's the next Gates, or name whatever.
Yeah, the financial experts who are all in on crypto. You're not that much of an expert, are you?
There it is. They said he was the next Buffett.
Does he drive a Datsun?
Yeah, and also alleged. I don't know how alleged this is, but the other thing I'd heard is that he was playing it up like he's just driving around in a Honda, living a normal life. He's not, It's like, hey, listen, I'm just a normal guy living a normal day. I don't, I'm not built like other billionaires. I'm, doing this. Apparently all bullshit. Whole thing, just complete horseshit. He was living in a multi-million-dollar mansion with a bunch of other tech millionaire types, and they were all banging. Or so the rumor goes. They were just orgying it up, friend.
Oh boy.
Oh
not my
boy.
Scene, but...
It's too woke scene,
what
though.
You eat. Good for you, too woke.
Normal. He was in a penthouse in the Bahamas. A polycule. What the fuck is a polycule?
Is that a relationship term?
Rich people or scummy people driving a cheap car is a common tactic to look like they are relatable. Oh, they claimed he was going to be the first. Oh, I see. How the fuck did someone misplace $10 billion without noticing that was a problem? They said he was the next Buffett. They claimed he was going to be the first trillionaire. Rich people or scummy people who drive nice cars, a common tactic to make them seem like they're relatable. When 2020 interviewed Bezos, when he became a billionaire, he was driving an Accord, same with Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg doesn't need a nice car. He's a robot.
Yeah, he just shows up. He just transfers his consciousness to whatever body is there at the place he's visiting.
He's got to recharge.
Oh, polycule relationship structures. You know what? I don't care enough to look into that. I just know they were banging each other. And also they were not him and the lady that he was banging are not what you'd call conventionally attractive people. They are a little rough on the eyes. But apparently they were just...
That's how my wife describes me. It's her pet nickname for me, rough on the eyes.
Apparently they were just housing amphetamines and just banging. Or so the stories
Oh, to
go.
be young.
He wasn't that young. He was like in his 30s, I think. Or like late 20s.
To be a piece of shit.
To be I guess a person is very late 20s. Does that make... That's a little old to be Gen Z, I think. I think that might be millennial.
I think late 20s is... well, I don't know. I think that might be Z. Because I'm at I think we're at the like last end of millennial.
Oh, all right. We're at the butt. We're a few years shy of being full Gen Xers.
Yeah, we're old enough to be somehow boomers and millennials at the same time.
Zuckerberg at the same time bought up all the houses around his house because he wanted privacy. Imagine that, dude. Imagine you're just like, I'm just going to buy every house around me and just fucking tear it down.
I mean, that's rich people shit.
It is. So what are you gonna put there? Nothing. I'm just gonna fucking tear it down. Space. I want more space. She gives hope to threes everywhere. You two can land a billionaire. But also, isn't she the daughter of some MIT head muckety muck? What a nightmare. You know what I did though? I signed up for Twitter Blue before it got fucking discontinued briefly. For those of you who
Yeah, I
don't know.
still don't even know if it's on my Twitter app. I stopped checking.
I looked. I was wondering why you couldn't get it. I was wondering why you couldn't get it. If you go to my Twitter right now, if you go to my Twitter link, you'll see the fucking check mark there.
Yep.
Apparently,
you're verified, buddy.
So because of the sheer chaos that happened this weekend regarding Twitter, and if you don't know, well, you guys are all in the Discord, so you know, you guys all know, and you guys are just chronically on the internet like myself. Companies lost billions of dollars. Eli Lilly, the insulin or the pharmaceutical company that sells insulin at an exorbitant rate, lost, I believe it was 10-12 billion dollars in market share.
Yep.
Because of these tweets. Which
Elon Musk gonna get sued.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Because fuck them, right? Most insulin elsewhere in the industrial world, it's like 10-12 bucks, and they charge people here $100 for it.
Oh yeah, I think the last study I saw said it was 40% of your average household insulin users' income goes to insulin.
Fucking animals, dude. Fuck, it's not like fucking Viagra or fucking Propecia, man.
No, it's needed to live.
Yeah, and the guy who invented it, he gave the patent away for free because he wanted people to have it because they needed it. So yeah, no, I have fucking zero sympathy for a company like that. I think it's fucking hilarious. I still think it's hysterical though. So yeah, after seeing all the chaos, I thought, what a fun idea, what a fun time. Don't mind if I get in on the mix too. So I also got the blue check mark. But I'm not really doing anything with it. I just got it.
I wanted to get it to see if like I had it when I post my going live thing, if it changes any of the exposure.
Oh yeah.
That was my like thinking of considering getting it, was like, let's see what it does change. If there is, you know, manipulation going on with it.
Yoji, did you get your blue check mark? Yoji's a huge Elon Musk guy. Oh. Elon Musk is maybe one of his favorite billionaires of all time.
Cybertruck's my favorite vehicle of all time.
Dude, if I can afford a Cybertruck, I get it, because that thing looks so fucking ridiculous, dude. That thing looks so stupid.
I'd like to awkwardly get out of it and have the door fall off or some shit.
No, I refuse to pay. Hey, what do you do? Yoji, what do you think of all this chaos that unfurled, transpired this past weekend?
Unfoiled.
Somebody posted it either in the Discord or just online in general, and what they said was, listen, either Musk is going to run this company into the fucking ground, and he's just going to torpedo this whole thing. He's setting this fucking thing on fire, dude. He's the iceberg, and Twitter is the Titanic. Or he makes it better, right? Those are really the two options. Either this whole company falls into bankruptcy, and Twitter goes. Oh, what's that? Twitter goes the way of MySpace. Let's see what that was. Okay. Oh no, it was a grocery. It was the grocery update. You get what you fucking deserve. Musk knows it might go under. That's why he wants Twitter to be able to send and receive money like PayPal. Yeah. So either Twitter burns, completely crumbles from the inside out, which to me, fuck yeah, I hate that place as it was. Or he makes it better. Or we're gonna make Twitter great again. Or he makes it great again. Give me my blue hat.
MTGA.
And I'm also cool with, like, if he makes it Twitter a place where it isn't a fucking cesspool. But right now he's made it worse, which, as a person who enjoys chaos, I love that it was for the weekend, Elon Musk turned Twitter into a hellscape. And it ended up costing corporations
real world impact.
The fact that it ended up the fucking blood-sucking pharmaceutical leeches that cost them billions of dollars, that's actually awesome. I fucking love that. Yeah, no, man. Hey, I'm no corporate rat, so I'm here to see. I'm way here to watch it burn. Hello, Hochi. Hello, Shat. What's up, Shat? Dude, why is Torbjorn so fucking powerful in Overwatch 2? What the fuck?
It's ridiculous, to be honest with you.
You know what the issue is, too? There are really two kinds of attack Torbs, which is a thing now. You have attack Torbs.
Some of them attack you like a spider monkey.
You have attack Torbs who are just like, they will somehow manage to circle around you and kill you before you can turn around and get them. And or completely harass the shit out of you with a well-placed turret that you really can't get to without like walking to and dying on the way there.
Getting the turrets is mostly like, if you're close, especially, is a suicide mission. Like, hopefully you get it before it gets you.
Yeah, but by the time you walk to the turret to take it out, it's already fucked you up so much that you're just an easy picking.
Even if you survive, it's like, hey, guess what? One shot.
Yeah. So these other Torbjorns, right? So like those are the attack Torbjorns that are awesome. But then you have the attack Torbjorns who think they're going to crush it like the pros do and are absolute shit. They walk into the fray. They don't place the turret anywhere good. Sometimes they don't even place the turret. They just walk into the fray and start shooting and immediately die. Just energizing the other team. Just like giving the other team the kills in order to get to their ults faster. What's up, Hochi? Hello. May I ask how you found the stream? Also, oh, you know what? Dude, I didn't show you guys. Look at this. Let's see. Camera. The beautiful Eric Canetti gifted me a camera. So if you're looking at this picture of me right now on your screen, this moving picture, and you're thinking, wow, that's sharp. That's crystal clear, baby. We haven't seen Dina Cola's background with the beautiful, whatever the fuck effect this is called. I forget the name of the effect. It's called something fancy. It's something in photography. All of the other Twitch streamer, retardos.
It's a focus blur.
Bokeh! Thank you, buddy. I never would have come up with that. I completely forgot about it. It's the bokeh effect. Thanks, Scubo. But yes, thank you to the lovely Eric Canetti. I'm sure I'll thank him again if he swings by. Because, yeah, no, it's incredibly generous. Just in time for my birthday, which is next Sunday.
Your text message last night cracked me up.
What'd I write to you? I forget.
You're like, I want Pizza Hut. And I'm like, before.
Oh, yeah. Nikki's like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, Pizza Hut. I've been going to, dude,
Pizza
since
Hut.
I'm like a teenager, I have an annual trip to Pizza Hut.
That's adorable.
Yeah, every year I go. Now, I don't generally, especially, well, during the pandemic, you couldn't. So I don't sit down and eat there. But what I used to do is I used to, like, because I'm old enough to remember the 1990s, my parents used to take me to Pizza Hut and we'd sit down like a real family. No, we'd sit down and we'd hang out, and they'd bring the fucking pan pizza over on that super hot, like molten hot pan, and be like, don't touch the pan. And then they'd come over with a pitcher of Coke with the red semi-opaque glasses, them giant glasses, and we just sit around.
I used to love the picture of Coke.
Dude, who didn't, man? And it was it's like one of my all-time favorite memories as a kid growing up. So, in order to, you know, kind of, I don't know, just remember that fondly every year, I just go. And then throughout my 20s, I would have like a legit like mini pizza party. I would invite like a bunch of my friends to the Pizza Hut with me. These days, not so much. But yeah, so Nikki, when you ask what I want, that's the one thing I do every year.
I like.
Did you ever go to a Pizza Hut that had a salad bar?
Dude,
Yeah.
God, I don't know if my parents ever. I think my parents once on a blue would fork over the money to. Thank you, Matilda. Matilda, why you no voice chat? I think my parents every once in a while would fork over the cash for the fucking buffet style salad bar. What's up, Nicole Gonzalez? We were just chatting with you about you because Elizabeth was here. Elizabeth,
I was in a meeting 12:30 to 2. But
Penny Whistle was here.
penny whistle or panty whistle? What did you
Either
say?
way,
Oh, okay.
Elizabeth Pussy Whistles was here, and she said hi. She re-upped her subscription using her Twitch Prime sub, which was very sweet. But she's skedaddled before I could ask her how your trip went. So yes, I get to ask you that now. How did her visit go?
It was fantastic. It was lovely seeing them. And she repotted my my plants. Now they're growing even bigger. So I'll have to send you a photo of when I got them, back in August compared to now.
Matilda was listening to music.
She did not, Jimbo.
Fuck you, Yoji.
Nikki, you have a basement?
I do. Fully
Look at you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you.
Pulling a Dina Cola today.
I heard you can only I know there are some places in the US where you can't get basements. Like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida doesn't have them because of the water.
I think
the water
California
line.
too. I think California is like it's rare to have a basement over there.
I love a good basement.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A well-furnished basement.
You got to keep your prisoners somewhere.
Basement. Our basement has.
She didn't. Oh yeah, what? Your basement has what?
Oh, we just got lucky to have a bathroom in that one, so you don't have to go all the way upstairs to use one.
You've got a shitter down there?
You can't poop down there because it's not connected to the sub pump. So if you gotta poop, you gotta go upstairs.
Oh, what if you really want to shit down there?
Then have fun plunging and dealing with all that crap, literally.
It's tour bus rules in the basement.
Yeah, if you want shit down there, you got to shit in a bag.
Yep, bury it out back.
I always want to get a dartboard down there though.
Was Liz upset when you told her she couldn't shit in the basement?
Why
No.
I came here in the first place.
She was heartbroken.
Wanted to shit in the basement one more time.
In some countries, since they can't expand their homes, they dig massive multi-level basements illegally. It became a real problem in the UK and Hong Kong. Oof, that's super dangerous, isn't it? To just do. Just like, oh, I'm going to make a basement. I'm just going to fucking dig into this foundation.
I have a basement now. Yeah, I can drown at any moment. But
yeah, you know.
Good basement.
I have no idea how this works. I'm just going to fucking start digging.
I saw a video where a dude put a pool in his basement. Then the HOA tried to bust him and said it was against regulation. So he then, for a moment, turned it into a virtual golf range. And then as soon as the inspector came through, he turned it back into a pool. To be smart and have too much money.
Love that. Fuck the HOA. Every
real.
time I hear people bitching about the HOA, it always sounds awful. It never sounds like, they're in the right.
I used to love HOAs when I was selling windows because I didn't have to do any arguing. My company already had deals with them, and HOAs require you to have like the lines in your windows and shit, like the designs, and those cost more money.
They're pretty, depends on the HOA because that's what we have when we got new windows 3 or 4 years ago. But luckily they're able to decide on which one, so they don't not always uniform, which is like different because that's what they want you to do. But we got lucky. But I will say for our HOA, we are not allowed to have a backyard fence over 4 feet, and that is one thing that we keep trying to change, and they won't do it.
You know, that's great for big dogs. 4 feet's totally not jumpable.
Well, Kendall can't jump. No, Great Dane. Good luck.
What do you want the big fence for, bud?
Privacy.
Yeah, man. And I mean, Kendall has a little bit of hops, but not enough to jump it, but enough to bite at the other dog that used to live next door. It's stupid.
You can't grow bushes tall enough to get rid of the...
You could grow bushes, but like the HOA is really stingy about you. We can't even put a shed. You know what I mean? Like they're
HOAs are fucking assholes.
Yeah, and then like I think we used to have this like one person driving around on the weekends taking photos of like ridiculous shit. I think at one point they took a photo of our hose that we have that when we're draining the pool, right before we close it. I want to say they took a picture of that and they sent it to us, and we were like, "The fuck out of here! We're draining the pool."
What the fuck? What happens if they bust you for having a hose or whatever? Like, what happens?
They fine you. Like if it's something that's like there for a long period of time, you can get fined X amount of money or whatever. Your trash bins are not supposed to be in front of the house. They need to be at not even on the side. You have to like cover them.
What happens if you don't pay?
The only good... I think they just keep tacking it on.
But
I don't know.
What if you just not... Yeah, I'm just not paying this. You just don't do it.
I don't know. I mean, the only good thing is because this location also has renters, it makes sure, that they're up to par on their like landscape and stuff like that. So we're not, not have an eyesore part of the community.
They sound like perverts. Inside London's insanely luxurious basements, the new favorite. The floor plan for this property proposed extension shows the sheer scale of these projects. The house already has 6 bedrooms and a music room and a formal dining spread across several stories, but the proposed renovations will see a swimming pool, gymnasium, and office added to the property. What are they digging to the fucking core of the earth?
Going all the way to China.
1, 2, 3.
Woof. Woof, woof, woof. Liz just sent me a text. Mikey Mega fell asleep on stream, and now people are making an art contest out of it. Is he really asleep? It looks like he's fucking passed out.
His title says I'm only sleeping, so was that updated by? No, I feel like this is purposeful.
Yeah, this has to be personal.
Like his hat's over his eyes. So
he pulled his beanie into sleep mode.
Why would he leave the game on pause though? That's just reckless.
Wow, he's been streaming for 17 hours. Jesus. Nope.
When are you doing a 17-hour stream?
Not that. Would you let people watch you sleep?
Yeah, I don't do anything so crazy where it's like, you're gonna watch me sleep? Not the way I sleep with my balls out.
Put my balls on my leg and let them free.
Yeah, not the way I sleep. Half jerking off. Dick out. You know what I do is when I go to sleep, I just grab my dick and I just slip a little bit out of the boxer window. The boxer window that you use to pee. I just put the head out. I just peek the head out of the curtain like a Porky Pig at the end of a Looney Tune.
I like to cuddle my dick to sleep. It's like a holster.
That's all, folks. But just my penis is saying that. Yoji says balls. Then definitely no for 1D Tran.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. It sings at night.
That's right. Michigan J balls is what I call them.
Why Michigan?
Speaking of Michigan J balls, look who it is. It's John and More Art. That's balls. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on. Why no
Michael's
sound
balls.
effects?
Streamlabs chatbot.
Streamlabs, is Streamlabs not going? Well, that stinks. Weird. Got him. John Amore, I saw earlier today. I was setting up around 11 a.m. my time. And who did I see playing Overwatch? Playing Quick Play. It was none other than Johnny Amore himself. Getting a few rounds in, I suppose. Was it solo queue, bud? Or were you getting involved? Were you getting in the mix? I'm John Amore and I approve this message. Yoj, have you played this new season? I know Yoji used to play Overwatch. I don't know if he's still an Overwatch baby. Nikki, when are you gonna learn? Woman.
What? I'm sorry, learn what?
Overwatch.
No. You guys make it sound very toxic. I don't want to play.
It's, dude, I was playing with Volpsy the other day, and her friend is a very good attack torb. Like really, like he's the one that people start cursing at him in the posts in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kept saying like, oh man, I watched Torb toss his gonads in your mother's face right as he was putting down the turret. It was I was enjoying myself, but people can get a little nasty, man. By people I mean me. And but listen, I'm just one of many. It's but then you know what? That's every goddamn game. I don't think I've ever played a game on multiplayer online where people would just like have a great game, win or lose. Some people try that shit. Some people try that shit in Overwatch. And you know what I do? I tell them to shut the fuck up.
He does every time. Anytime somebody comes in and they're nice, or like, "Hey, I hope everybody's having a great day," he just goes, "Shut up."
I love it.
That doesn't.
I love it.
It's not surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, they do deserve it. Like this is we're competing against each other. I'm not your friend.
No, we're not friends. I'm going to try to kill you because I want to win. And the byproduct of that, for most people who also want to win, is you're going to be a little unhappy. And I'm going to achieve a certain happiness from your displeasure.
Yeah, hopefully I'm happy because you're unhappy. That's all I want. When I play Overwatch, I want the other team to hate me. I'm okay with it. Call my mother a whore. I don't give a shit. I want to win.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't play Overwatch to lose. Unless we're playing arcade, in which case, who gives a shit? But
then it's just fun chaos because none of it makes sense.
Yes. But if we're not playing arcade and we're playing comp or even quick play, all bets are off. This is gonna be I'm gonna be the king of nightmares. I was playing with some pals. John, living in the Asian area that you do you fight against other Asians, like the Japanese and what have you?
Oof. I would love to just be in a room full of a group of all of like because you imagine like they're racist towards each other, right? Like that doesn't just stop because they're all Asian, right? Like they hate on each other from where they're from.
No, I was actually listening to a story recently where a person was talking about how he a Chinese American brought his Filipino wife to, God, I think it was Shanghai, and the neighboring table They said something like, they were making a joke because somehow it let out that his wife was Filipino, and they said something like, "Whoa, weird. We thought you'd marry a human," you know, something like that.
God damn.
Yeah, no, it was a really like, basically your wife's a horse is I think what they were implying.
That's like flip the table and start fighting type shit. I'm
Right.
sorry, but
Right, but
that's
guess
where I
what?
start getting violent.
Yeah, no, but guess what, dickhead? You don't want to get you want to get fucking locked up in China because guess what? You're gonna die
I wouldn't
there.
be in China, I guess, is the first thing.
Yeah, because guess what? Because apparently this dude's Filipino wife, she knew that was gonna happen with certain Chinese people. She just knew going in, like that was part of the, like, some people, they were just gonna fucking say nasty shit about her. So she was like, don't react to what they're saying because you'll get locked up in a Chinese jail and you'll never get the fuck out.
It'd be like Brittany Grenier going to a work camp.
Yeah. Yoji says even the Chinese aren't safe in China. Exactly.
Nobody's safe in China. Trump said it. We heard him. We didn't listen.
So yes. So I'd stay out of China if I were you, John Moore.
Yeah. I mean, it can't be that good of food. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I wouldn't be in China. Like, my vacation wouldn't be in a place. Like, if I'm going to a hostile environment, it's like a resort in Mexico where I can be kidnapped because they think I'm rich or something.
Well, you know what they do with the rich in Mexico? They never step foot off the reservation, if you will. I've actually met I've known a few couples that have gone to kind of more third world areas. I've met a few couples that have gone to third world areas, and how it works is they have a resort kind of like a huge estate, and the estate
With guards and everything.
The estate is like Fort Knox, dude. It's got high walls, fucking fenced off walls. It has patrolling, armed to the teeth guards like 24/7. Like, the place is basically like shoot on sight. Anybody who isn't Caucasian, any of the fucking natives show up looking ratty, just open fire. Because it's a cash cow, right? You want to make sure that, you know, whether somebody's staying at your Caribbean destination or somewhere in South America, that these rich whites are taken care of, nobody gets in trouble. Otherwise they have to answer to the naughty end of an AK-47.
Yeah, the resorts in Mexico are going to get more violent, but then they're going to get safer because as soon as the cartel owns them, they'll be completely safe.
Yeah.
When you go to the fabulous luxury resort sponsored by the cartel, you won't be in danger. I mean, overtly you'll be in danger, but there won't be any actual menace because they'll be running the show.
Japanese, John Moore says, Japanese and Koreans. Oh, both Japanese and Koreans, they both, what, do they hate you? They hate Filipino
They do not
people?
like each other. No, they don't like each other.
I mean,
Because
yeah, I
of
know
the
that.
years the Japanese tortured the Koreans.
Dude, I once saw Yoji, who's one of the most powerful Koreans. I'm not even gonna say it anymore. I can't even get it
Watch
out.
this powerful Korean boy.
I watched him just be powerful. The end of story. Doesn't matter now. Violence in Mexico is spilling into the areas for tourists. So I guess the only tourists that are gonna show up are the fucking Jesse Ventura kind, armed to the teeth.
I live in Mexico for 6 months out of the year.
He's definitely killed a Mexican person before, right? Like, he's hunted a Mexican
The guy's
for pleasure.
fucking nuts, bro. Like,
But
he's loopy.
If you told me that Jesse Ventura shot and killed a couple of vagrant Mexicans,
Just on a road at night someday.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't. If you told me Jim Carrey did it, I'd say, hey, come on now. That's probably not true.
Not the beloved Canadian Jim Carrey.
Not James Carrey, but if Jesse Ventura, you tell me he shot a couple locals that may have wandered a little bit further onto his property than they should have.
They asked me for water, so I shot them dead.
Doesn't matter now. Violence is in Mexico. Nikki,
I thought they were the predator. I started firing wildly.
Nikki, would you be scared to visit Mexico?
Yeah, man, I'm not going down there. Fuck that.
God.
Nope.
I honestly think if you want to travel to like an area like that, you should probably be fluent in the language.
Nikki, you
Or
fluent,
like if you
girl?
have No, boy. No. I know some words, but I'm not like fucking
Girl boy?
Girl boy. I keep saying we should
boy.
call fem boys and like you know, the trans types. Just call them girl boys.
Do you remember the movie Commando and how transphobic Schwarzenegger was?
No, but I remember how transphobic Jim Carrey was in the Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
There's a scene in Commando where he's reading a magazine and he goes, "Why don't they just call him Boy George?" And it just dates the movie horribly.
I see.
Jim Carrey, wait, how is he transphobic?
Dude, the whole punchline, dude, the entire ending of Ace Ventura, dude. Dude. They start playing the crying game while everybody's vomiting, dude.
He literally pulls her pants down to show she's got a dick and they all throw up. The cops are like in the back just because she's got a dick.
God, fuck it. You're not supposed to laugh. Come on, guys. Come on.
I'm laughing at the sheer absurdity.
It's the only way we win. We have to mock them for their transphobia. God,
Beloved
I still see
Canadian Jim Carrey.
Dude, I still see clips of Ace Ventura, and fuck if I don't still crack the fuck up, man.
Dude, the fact that they call him Quincy Ocho the White Devil throughout the whole movie fucking is hilarious.
I just remembered my cousin took me to a Chinese restaurant in Korea. We drove to a small glass pyramid, got into an elevator. It took us down into an underground 2-story restaurant with a stone waterfall. Jesus Christ, where in China was this?
You just clip that, Matt?
I did not clip it, should I?
I don't know. It sounded like someone did.
I did not know.
He wants to get us in trouble. Matt's got he's got an extortion clip.
If you notice, I don't clip shit.
I don't
like
clip
even
shit
if something's really funny, I'm not gonna clip it. I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, here's proof."
Here's proof.
Like he doesn't keep VODs, but here's proof.
It was outside Seoul in a place called Suwon. Any hot babes there, Yoj?
I would like to visit South Korea. They make a lot of really good horror movies, and it seems like a fun place.
He's a rich exec. He was buying. Classy. Yoji, I was thinking about this the other day. Yoji, why are there no bald K-pop boys? Anybody get an answer?
Stone Cold Steve K-pop, that's why.
Yeah, like it's just like young Vin Diesel.
Isn't the whole thing about K-pop though is they're boyish and young and pretty and like it's before you start calling them handsome, they're basically just pretty.
They're supple. They're just
oh boy.
I hate that fucking word.
Just supple
I mean, like
boys.
he's using it. It's supple boys.
Look at these young, supple Korean boys with their
that's what they are.
Good looks.
Yoji, wouldn't you describe if I told you, you know, if somebody's like, oh, what's K-pop? Imagine a young, supple, porcelain skin Korean boy dancing. I mean, that's.
I want to see like a bald Mark Dukakis K-pop type guy from fucking John Wick 3.
Yeah.
Did you know Jackie Chan sang all of the songs at the end of his movies?
Did Jackie Chan ever sing Goodbye Horses?
I don't know. He was a big singer in China. Maybe.
Waitress was
funny
cute.
If you just Google it.
There was a bald K-pop singer, but he was older. Oh, wait, you just got a link.
He was older, 22.
Yeah, which is geriatric for K-pop boys. Jackie Chan sings in Hong Kong. Wow.
Yeah, he's got a big singing career in Hong Kong.
Yeah, too bad he's a fucking sellout shill for the CCP. Although.
Hong Kong call him traitor.
Although, I mean, can you blame him, dude? They probably fucking disappear his family, man. Like.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is he was born in Hong Kong, so everybody there looks at him like you're just a mouthpiece for propaganda now.
Listen. I know. He's a coward, according to some. But I'd be doing the same shit, man. I'd be fucking terrified, man, because they.
If it was like, do you want to still be a celebrity? Be pro-China.
Yeah, dude. They fucking it's not even a secret, man. People just disappear. And if you're lucky, you come back 6 months later with a completely different person saying how great the fucking people's the republic is. If you're lucky.
So China basically is Squid Game, is what you're saying.
If you're not lucky, nobody ever hears from you again. And they're like, oh, you know what? They're just on vacation forever.
Damn, Yoji says Jackie's son was busted for drugs. If he wasn't a commie shill, his son would have been executed. Fuck. Jack Ma, the richest man in China, disappeared for 9 months while talking bad about the party. Holy fuck.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, but it's like, it's not a secret. Like, it's like, oh, he was on leave. It was a mental health thing. But look how good he is now. Look how great he is.
Well, look, they
smile.
arrested those dudes right in the chambers. We'd never see them again.
Yeah. So I mean,
like that video hit, and it was immediately like, okay, so that they've been shadowed. You'll never see them alive.
Yeah, man.
Even if they are.
I mean, dude, look what they're doing to the Uyghurs, man. Just like, yeah, we're a little euthanization, a little sterilization, and
well, not to mention China has had no problem ethnically cleansing Muslims in their country either.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's like, well, who's gonna stop us? You, Jackie Chan?
Yeah. And we're the Americas and Europes are all tied up with fucking Ukraine and everything right now too. So nobody gives two shits what China's doing at the moment, which is dangerous.
Yeah, I mean.
And then you got that crazy fucking Korea doing test missiles over to Japan.
I heard a story. Yoji, did you hear that story about how Kim Jong-un's brother died? Befell in a horrific accident, Yoji? About the baby oil?
In air quotes.
Baby oil?
What?
Yeah. I wonder if Yoji probably knows about this shit. He knows everything. But I mean, I recently heard a story.
I gotta head out again.
Oh no.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye, Nikki.
Oh my god.
Nice
Goodbye.
hat. Nice hat, Nicole Gonzalez. Very nice.
Thank you, Michael Samuel.
Looking very nice today. You got me vibes
Bob.
with the hat. I could style. I should get a white beanie and style my hair the same way.
Let's do it. Oh, you're gonna go curly or wavy?
My hair is always a little bit wavy. Not as wavy as yours though.
You don't. Oh, this is frizzy because I ran out of product, so it's got the wave frizz.
Nikki's got those poodle curls.
They're not poodly.
She's got those crunchy poodle curls.
You're very well groomed,
Crunchy?
Nikki.
No.
Nikki's putting in her Jerry curl oil right now.
Oh, she's gonna be a
so
crusty
glow.
before you know it.
Nikki is letting her soul glow right now. You gotta be careful not to get grease. Don't get that Jerry curl grease on your gamer chair, Nikki.
Look at my couch.
It's all over.
Yeah, there's a shadow made of Jerry curl grease behind Nikki's gamer chair. It's a little
Right there.
Nikki silhouette.
Yeah. Yeah. And every time I lean back, it goes.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So Matt, check this out.
Right. Bye, guys.
So there was this. There are these couple gals, right? These couple of Asian gals, and what they did was they had them on a prank show, and the prank was what you do is you walk up behind somebody and you rub baby oil on their face and you rub it in, and they catch you on camera, and then you tell them it's baby oil. And then you're like, you're a cute girl, so it's like, and they're like walking out to like businessmen and stuff, and like they get them from behind, and it's like, listen, it's not enough of a thing for people to get like all that upset. It's just like, what the fuck? And then it's like, oh, baby oil in the face, I'm cute, haha, it's a prank, you're being pranked, we're in a prank TV show. I'm like, oh, okay. Ends up happening is one day they go to shoot their show, and they're like, all right, well, here's the baby oil, go get that guy right there. And sure enough, they do that. And then not too long after, the guy immediately collapses.
Holy shit.
And it turns out that wasn't baby oil. That was a horrible nerve agent. And that guy who they targeted was Kim Jong-un's brother. And it wasn't a game show at all. It was them training them to become assassins without their knowledge.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Die Hard 3 with the bomb where the two chemicals have to mix.
All of a sudden,
That's
Malaysian
fucking
airport.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, no. Fucking wild.
Now, do you think that was a North Korean enemy, or do you think that was within the government that had that happen?
I mean...
Like, he's a problem. We need to get rid of my brother.
I'm assuming
I want to be the boss.
I'm assuming that was ordered from on high.
Jesus.
Yo, OG, this isn't a bald K-pop boy. This is a bald K-pop man.
It's K-pop man.
Kim Jong-un's brother fell out of favor when he tried to sneak into Tokyo Disney with a fake passport and with his kid, nanny, and Rolex.
He just wanted to go to fucking Disney and wear a Rolex?
Oof.
Wow.
Well, dude,
yeah, you totally deserve to die for that.
Well, dude, you know they've detained people. So when the Supreme Emperor died, Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il, when he died, they were watching the populace to make sure that you were as bereft as you should be for the death of the emperor. Like, if you were not, like, literally crying, Matt, like, if you weren't, like, just destroyed at the announcement of the death of Kim Jong-il, you would have been reported. I would have, you would have said, hey, my neighbor, Matthew Constantine, he's not crying. He's not crying at all. He barely shed a tear. We could barely breathe and stand at the loss of our, supreme leader.
The one we loved this whole time.
Yeah. But like, it's that level of craziness over there.
It's like, well, it's hard for me to cry over the leader when the leader had my father beaten to death in front of me. So yeah, there's that.
He also liked to hit up the red light districts, the eternal general, despite having never participated in any war. Yoji, how dare you?
Did you guys know there is a Jesus Christ simulator?
No. What do you?
It's called I Am Jesus Christ Prologue, where you can literally turn water to wine.
Cool. Is it like Overcooked 2? Do you have like a lot of do you have like a lot of
You
orders?
and Judas need to make a meal for the apostles.
Hurry. The Romans are on their way.
You have limited time before your sacrifice. Make the meal. Yeah, I don't know. Some developer made it. It looks weird as fuck.
It's neighbors ratting out neighbors, kids selling out their parents. Ugh, God.
That's kind of what we have here today, except usually Americans don't disappear.
Yeah.
Right now it's neighbors selling out neighbors because it's like they parked in front of my house or they said something on Twitter. So what that means is we'll eventually get to the point where we turn on each other, and if you didn't cry over Lord Biden when he dies in office, you're going to prison, buddy.
Get in the wagey cagey. Yeah, scary shit, man. Wait, did you?
I'm glad we don't currently disappear here.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since anything horrific has happened to the American.
I mean, if anything, we were bullish.
Stuff.
Like, if you're a conspiracy guy, then our versions of that is what, the JFK assassination.
Right.
We do have Oklahoma City, or not Oklahoma City. The where we just murdered people. Basically, the government did.
Waco.
Waco. Yeah, I don't know why I said Waco.
Yeah.
We got Waco. So like, our government's been, if anything, way sloppier. Like China, people just fucking disappear. Here we're like, blow the entire block up. Not any scarier than the former Russian agent getting stabbed with an exotic poison in the UK. Oh yeah. And then is that the same guy that was well, no, there was another guy I thought that was in office that they were accused of poisoning as well. Russia's another group of shadow ops. Like, Americans are bullish and just sloppy. Russians and Chinese are just like, nah, dude, you accidentally fell on some bullets. We don't know. We didn't see nothing.
Didn't they uncover a shitload of Chinese spies throughout Europe recently?
Oh, there was the one that one of the senators was fucking, I believe, in the U.S.
Listen, I got yellow fever. What do you want me to do?
The only solution is more yellow. Fucking Christopher Walken, the yellow fever.
I got a yellow fever.
Basically.
I can't do walking.
No, I don't usually even attempt it because I'm not good at it. You being a New Yorker should help, though, shouldn't it?
He's got such a direct cadence. And, dude, the other thing is, nothing gives me more fucking secondary embarrassment than a person slipping into a bad walk-in that think they could do a good walk-in.
Yeah, that's why I'm not, like, I do one, but it's not good, so I don't do it really ever. I mean, it's hard to do him. He's a hard... Like, for one thing, he's got that New York thing, so if you can't do the New York thing, he won't be able to do walk-in. But he's also got, you know, in the back, he's got a sort of, this is the way I talk. And I can't do a good one, so I'm going to stop. But
No, you're right. You got the cadence down for sure. That strange...
Jay Moore used to do a fucking incredible Christopher Walken.
You're talking my guy all wrong. That's the wrong tone. What's up, Beardo?
I stab you in the face. The soldering iron. I love that fucking line. Whoever thought of that is a genius. Like, who the fuck thinks of using a soldering iron as a weapon for, like, in open combat? The funny thing is, it's got to heat up first. Like, it's not insta hot.
Dude, still, Colonel Angus, man. Walking. Perfect.
Old Colonel Angus. Oh, that is one of their greatest sketches.
Hi guys, Bearded, you playing Overwatch? I'm just asking.
Everybody should be playing Overwatch because that's what all the cool kids are doing.
Yeah. Forget about Call of Duty and Ragnarok. It's weird that this time of year we're just like time to release all the video games.
Yeah, dude, I don't get that. Like, I really want Call of Duty or Ragnarok, but like I don't have the money or the time at the moment. And I'd really like to get the best way to play it, which is the PS5 or the eventual PC version. But yeah, they released like 5 games within 3 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
And they were all heavy hitters. Sonic Frontiers came out, and it will be $20 in a month.
I'm too poor for that, Johnny. What the fuck? What the fuck is Keanu Reeves' name in fucking Point Break? I want to say Johnny.
Oh fuck, I don't remember.
It's like Johnny Tennessee or like Johnny Nashville or something. Not Johnny Knoxville. It's fucking... It's like Johnny Wyoming, Johnny Daytona. Yoji, do you remember?
Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah, thank you.
The most boring state.
Did you have to look that up or did you know?
Oh, I had to look that one up.
Shaz.
That was, as you would say, a deep cut.
Yeah, no, it's Johnny Utah. If Keanu Reeves changed his name to John, it would make the most sense in the world. He's played so many Johns and Johnnies.
When you say Johnny, I think of that movie Kiss of the Dragon with Jet Li and the French dude. I cannot pronounce your name, so I will call you Johnny.
Great.
It's a great movie. I love that movie.
I've never seen that one, but that's a hysterical line. It's Bill Nashville.
Yes, they call me William Nash for short.
Johnny
Nash
Utah.
Bridges in the house. Do you know they made a movie sequel to Nash Bridges?
No, I did not know this.
Yeah, it was released like last year. Cheech Marin and the other guy, I forget his name, Don Johnson, are both back, reprising their roles. I have yet to watch it because, there's not enough time in the day to watch that. I used to watch Nash Bridges with my mom when I was like 10.
Aw.
But I feel like I'm going to be sad by seeing them like all old and like, this is the last ride.
Old. They are quite old.
Like poor Cheech Marin. Like he went from like, I mean, I feel like for one thing, Cheech Marin was like 40 for like 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Like he went from like 40 to 65.
Yes. I mean, now he's got to be into his 80s now, right? I mean,
I think he's probably close to it. I know him and Tommy are both probably close to their 70s or in their 70s at this point. I mean, because you got to figure Up in Smoke was like 81, and they were like 30-ish there. 30s. I think Tommy Chung might have been a bit older.
Yeah, no, if they were born in the 50s, they're definitely headed towards or in their 70s.
Yeah. Which is sad. I mean, they still were touring before the
Sad.
pandemic.
Very sad.
Very sad. I've been sad, but I have seen sadder. Titanic? Sad? Not that sad. More sad than Titanic? Up. Have you ever seen Up? I love my wife. I watch Up, I cry. I sit down, I cry.
Dude, miss you, John Moore. Hope you're doing well. John Moore's been posting art like crazy, man. This guy's he's an art machine.
Good.
He's been doing podcasts as well. He did a John Moore did a podcast.
He's a good Magoo as well.
He's a solid Magoo, dude. Filipino Magoo is what they call him in the streets.
That's his gang name. His Filipino gang name is Filipino Magoo.
Cue the montage of John putting on the leather jacket that says Magoo on the back.
Dude, what is he, the Filipino Fonz?
Yeah.
Hey! Magoo's here.
No podcast yet, still prepping. Well, what was that thing that you were on? That drawing live thing? I thought that was a kind of podcast.
Dude, this guy lost his eye to cancer and put a flashlight in it.
Oh, I saw that dude on
That's
Instagram.
fucking crazy.
He said the video I saw. He's like, I haven't turned it all the way up yet because I'm like getting there. I'm getting used to it.
You know what I would do? Fuck the flashlight. Why would you not go for laser beam?
Oh, like a laser pointer?
Yeah, like, I mean, come on. You could have a fucking sentinel eye.
Well, you know what you could do? You could make those laser pointers that are so strong that they'll blind other people. You know, the kind that they arrest people for pointing at aircrafts?
You're one step away from fucking Superman. Pop balloons and shit as a party trick? What happens if it malfunctions and overheats, though? Fucking there goes the cranium.
Just gotta rip that right out of your eye hole.
Ooh, I had a vape battery explode in my pocket once.
Oof.
I can only imagine what something if it was in my eyeball at the time. Yeah, that would be a little awkward if, like, you're trying to make Whoopi and your laser keeps fucking blinding her. Or him, whatever you're into.
It's like, oof, I really want to... It's dark in here. I really want to take a good look at your pussy. Hang on, let me toss this bad boy on.
Fucking you hear it, like, warm up like an old halogen.
Ooh, meatier than I would have thought.
On further inspection.
That guy should cosplay as Cable. I thought you meant from our YouTube. Oh, John, I know you're doing YouTube podcasts. John, what was the last video you posted to your YouTube? I know it's been a while because you're trying to get caught up on Urban Animal. But also, he's been gaming. He's been playing Overwatch. I get it though. You need some kind of release, man. Can't be just straight working 16 hours a day.
And he's honestly running out of hookers to kill.
Listen, he's got to cover his tracks. There's only so many. There's only so many to go around his area of the Philippines.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's, you know, before you know it, you'll be caught. So he's got to be careful.
I need a release, Michael. Oh, you need to release your violence?
A release for my violence, quote unquote.
John Moore sent me a fucking a Twitter post from a artist that he knows that was talking about I need a way to release my violence. She wrote. Because she's used to doing kickboxing and, like, I don't know, like jiu-jitsu or judo or something like that. And she can't.
I'd advise to go fight some children. They don't fight back very well.
But it was so corny, you know? It was like...
Hey, like man, you're just uncomfortable with a strong female, man. That's your own bias, man.
Listen, I don't mind it. Just...
I would jerk off like everyone else. Fair enough.
It's not my birthday yet, but thank you, Bale. My birthday's Sunday. Appreciate the gesture, Bale. No, it's just don't speak like that. It's like you're watching too much fucking anime. And you also don't have enough friends to call you out on your bullshit. Because nobody speaks like that in real life. I need an outlet for my violence. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, there's also, like, the idea of, like, a dude said it, well, that's toxic masculinity.
Right. Yeah. She's practically
people
a dude.
who cause violence don't talk about violence; they cause it.
She's built like a fat Zarya.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were actually. You said because she would do martial arts, you were actually like talking about somebody who was at least fit.
No. She's fit in the way I guess a bulldog is fit.
So cute.
That's a very Fight Club type of enlightenment. Not even Fight Club was written. Or Fight Club wasn't even written that poorly. At least Fight Club was written well. You know, although tongue in cheek, right?
Yeah, but once again, even in Fight Club, they didn't talk about violence. They did violence.
Just weird. It's just, you know, it's just, again, it's people who are just terminally online. People
well, I guess, you know, the real travesty is how many people actually liked it. Like, that's the thing is, like, if nobody liked it, you wouldn't be posting shit like that. So the Simpson dipshits who like those sorts of things are what keep people doing it.
Right. Well, it's the echo chamber thing, right? This is because this individual we're talking about is a person who's like very, you know, the very loud progressive part of Twitter. Well, because also they, in that very same post, they threw in a shot at Elon Musk and Twitter being, you know, what it is now. Because of course. Oh, but also here's the other kicker. They spelled Elon Musk with a 3 instead of an E. Because I don't know if you guys knew this, but on Twitter, a certain group of lunatics on Twitter, rather than actually reference the person that they're talking to, because, well, here's what happens. If you reference Elon Musk on your tweet, there are people who look up Elon Musk tweets and they get involved in the conversation because it's a public forum. So if you're posting publicly, there's a chance that people might, well, take issue or umbrage with some nonsense you might be speaking. And in order to combat that, but still talk shit about a person publicly, what they do is they misspell the person's name in which they're speaking of, so people can't disagree with them on their timeline.
Yeah, it's a coward's thing to do.
Yeah, so you're spelling
a real
Elon
person
Musk
would tag the person they're talking shit to.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you fucking would. If you've got, I mean, as long as you're not being a trolling piece of shit. But like, if you have
like a legitimate like "fuck you for this reason," you would tag them. If you're a coward and you're full of shit, you pull that sort of shit.
Yes, and there's a whole group of, you know, people on Twitter that like that's their MO. They just spell somebody's name wrong and weird to avoid all that, because God forbid somebody disagree with your echo chamber on social media. Let's see. Hello, Yanni. Yanni Artwork. Hugs from Brazil.
Mike, you had that yourself. Ah, Brazil. You had that yourself in your own Discord.
Oh fuck, that's right. There was a person
just this past weekend.
There was a person in our Discord. So I've got an art section of the Discord where I invite any and all artists to come by and drop their art to share with everybody else. Listen, you work hard on your art, or you're trying to improve, and you want to share it with people you know in a forum. I mean, this channel is half art, half nonsense. So I'm always very encouraging. I never shit on anybody's art. I'm never aggressive about it. I encourage people to keep trying to get better. This dickhead enters the chat after not really posting much of anything in the entire Discord.
He's been there for a little bit too, and he didn't really add anything ever.
Let me see. Now, you know what? I would show you the Discord server. You know what? Let me just make sure I block out everything that might be a little too spicy.
Guys, if you'd like to see the full unedited, go on to the Discord and join now. Join the community.
Join the community now. Thank you, nerd. So here's the quote. This individual, who, by the way, seems to be RPing as Huey from The Boys.
Yeah, season 1 Huey.
Season 1 Huey of The Boys. His name is Huey. His PFP is Huey, and he writes out of nowhere, right underneath someone else's art. I don't know, but this channel becoming a porn festival, so am out.
Yeah, because the I was so hard to type, you illiterate fuck.
Damn, the Weibo art killed Yui. And then Nerd writes, leaving the entire Discord because you don't like the nude art isn't a bitch move. Announcing it, then leaving when no one caters to you is a bitch move. And I don't think is anything. No. Oh, here's a meme. I made this meme of this gentleman.
I openly laughed at that meme.
I'm leaving the Discord.
I did a belly laugh.
And then I made this other meme. It's the same thing, same premise. Somebody bitching about how they're leaving to nobody who gives a shit about even who this person is. It just, you're right, man. It's indicative of.
You're a coward. You're that person. Like, I guarantee you, those type of people in real life are the people to start a physical confrontation. And when you strike back, it's like they're gonna call the cops, and it's that sort of cowardice. Like, even if they do something, they do it as a coward. And it's like, nobody gives a shit. You don't. And the worst part about it is, the nude shit in your Discord is hidden behind click. You have to click it to see it.
Yes.
Because it's not a lewd channel, even though stuff like that can be posted. Which means he kept clicking it. But it's like, you're either incredibly fucking stupid and don't understand after the 10th time of clicking a spoiler black box that it's going to be nude behind it. I don't know. It's not a fucking loot box. It's going to be the same thing every fucking time. Or you're just a little bitch who didn't like what they were seeing and decided to, well, I'm going to make my displeasure noted. Nobody fucking cares.
God.
Like, don't get me wrong. If you're within the chat and everything, we're all friends and everything, but it's like, the goal on someone to be like, well, my presence, you're gonna miss my presence. It's like, oh man, I miss that fake person who didn't have a real name, a real picture, never posted anything.
I miss fake Yui from The Boys season 1.
Oh no, what am I gonna do without Huey, the person who doesn't exist in my life? Like, you're behind entirely anonymous. You're anonymous completely, and you got the balls to bitch about the content. Like, shut up, leave, bye.
Yeah, God. We'll say, dude, what a weird, this person's personality is clearly partly due to certain internet culture, because that thing, like, they are not alone in them. They are not alone in having that mentality, that mindset of like, hey, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. This place is no good anymore. I'm leaving. And then it's like,
right
now, before I leave, I'm just going to wait and see how you guys react to my leaving.
Yeah, I won't leave till the next day when nobody responds to me.
Yeah.
It's like the kid who threatens their parents. Like, I'm leaving home with their backpack full of some clothes and toys.
Yeah, I got a bindle.
It's just
here.
like, bye, asshole. You've been a burden for 6 years. Who gives a shit?
It's the opposite of the Irish goodbye.
Exactly.
It's
Nobody begged me not to leave? Are you kidding me? I'm Huey.
I'm fake Yui from season 1 of The Boys. You're gonna miss me. You'll see.
Yeah, apparently no Somos Twitch, huh?
You see that all over. You know where you see that? You see that all over Twitter now. Since Musk bought the company, so many celebrity, so many verification badges, old school verification badges, going on and on about how they're getting out of here. They're gonna go somewhere where where it's better. They won't
That's the
stand
whole
for
thing,
hate
man.
speech.
It literally went from they were a big fish in a relatively small pond to now it's the whole system's been devalued, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you gotta assume that if extortion, like the $15,000 check mark was going on, how many of these celebrities was like, I spent 15 grand? I spent 20 grand? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, if I'm that celebrity, odds are they probably wrote it off as a fucking business expense anyways. But
Jesus,
if I got extorted and like then come to find out for $8 I can get it, yeah, I'd be a little mad.
Yeah.
But I'd be mad because you're a fool. I'd feel like a fool.
For those of you who don't know what Matt's referring to, we talked about this last week. Lo and behold, it turns out that the Twitter checkmark has always been bullshit, or at least at some point it stopped being legitimate and more of a pay to win. But for the ultra wealthy or anybody who had enough money to fork over $15K for a Twitter verification badge, because it was being bought and sold that easily. So it was a case of the have and have-nots. I mean, Yeah. So God knows how long that's been going on for. Bart says, I feel so attacked right now. Oh, go on, Matt.
I think Smokey's got a thing for what did you call Junker Queen in Overwatch?
Oh,
Fat ass
garbage lesbian, I
couldn't-
think is what I called her.
Garbage lesbian.
Oh shit, the groceries are here. 1 sec. Fuck.
So yeah, no, I just looked at your art there, Toby. You're drawing sexy Overwatch characters, man. And she's a good character to play with. Yanni, my last finished digital work. So when you say digital, do you mean digital as in you did it all on like an iPad or something? Because I am loving your paper texture you got going on here. That's very cool looking, man. I'm not an artist. I have to be upfront about that. I'm a terrible artist. I've been trying to practice at it, but I'm straight up garbage. Slowly, maybe getting better. I've been working on my anatomy more than anything, and angles and things like that, the groundwork, because all my talent, I'm a musician, but as far as art, wrong guy. So but I give as much as I can from an outsider's perspective. It's almost Disney inspired, this art, no? Disney meets Super Mario Brothers with that castle in the back. I can't decide, man. Mario 64 had a castle like that. Gotta love Junker Queen being turned hot. Don't forget colors, man. I never touch colors, so now I'm uber garbage with colors. Dude, thank you. Sayonara, I'm gonna assume, right? Thanks for the chat. Yeah, I need to work up to color. Like, I need to get to the point where, like, because don't get me wrong, I when I do my drawing and because I work on an iPad as well. And when I do it, I will practice anatomy until I kind of, because I also do have ADHD, so I will go from practicing to doodling. And my doodles, I do a lot of color, I do a lot of like paint looking stuff, and very much a lot of geometric shapes. But when I'm practicing, I try to be all business with it. John, where is one of your art pieces, brother? I'm looking in this art channel. Either send me something or show me where it is in here. I'm looking for you. You're very absent in here, buddy. I thought you were doing the Inktober thing. Let's see. But yeah, I'm at that point in my like trying to learn how to fucking do anything that like I'm at bare basics, trying to learn how to make things in my head actually get to paper or digital with the iPad as is. Art is one of those things that I've always never been great at. You see, anatomy to you is easy as shit, dude. Then you already like have a fucking leg up, because anatomy, from what I understand, is fucking just, it's brutal for me, and a big part of it is learning the geometric shape element with it, where you start with a geometric shape. Oh, I've looked at this before. I remember saying your Batman was one of my favorites with the shadowing and everything. That's a cool Darth Vader. I've seen a lot of these through Mike too. What is this one? Norman Stansfield from Leon the Professional. That is awesome. Holy shit. Yeah, that's the thing, is not really growing up knowing I didn't have, because part of art is also, there is a natural talent. It's hard work and it's dedication and it's time. But you guys also have a certain eye. You have a certain eye for symmetry. Good artist. It is a mix, in my opinion, of talent and hard work. I don't feel I have any of that talent portion. So if I learn how to be any sort of an artist, it's going to be straight up through hard work. Urban Animal Season 1 Collage. That's right. Their series is currently on Season 4. If you're inclined to catch up, guys, catch up to Urban Animal. Click that link for his Instagram. It takes a long time to develop that eye. See, I have somewhat of an eye I symmetry, because I've taught myself graphic design with Photoshop and everything to a certain degree, because I stream and I have podcasts and a YouTube channel and shit, and I try to make everything I can myself, including the music, to avoid any sort of copyright shit, anything like that. Here's a collage like how to using existing images of Urban Animal Season 2. I thought it turned out pretty neat. What are these like pyramid statuesque looking things, Johns? I've never, honestly, I have to be honest, I've never read the zine, and I've never, so I've never watched it either. I gotta get a link to your actual shit. Send me in the Discord a link to your actual shit. I mean, here's the thing though, if you feel your natural talent, and once again, guys, join the Discord. I'll pop another link up there because there is the art channel, and we were just joking around about it, but you know, there is a lot of the nude variety. There's some furry nude art shit like that, but you know, all of that stuff is yeah, feel free to post in the art category. We can and you can see it's a wide variety of things. We even, you know, there's even stuff out there with AI generated art that when we discuss that. So like, what do we got here? Bard Ross is, these are your figurines that you've been painting? Holy shit. That is an awesome armored duck, dude. I love the vibrancy of the colors.
Oh, wait, what? Who's vibrancy?
We're looking at the art in the art channel and discussing how shit I am at it.
No, that's that's very sweet of you, man.
I'm telling him to join and share some, and I was looking at John's Instagram with all of his urban animal stuff, and I gotta say though, one of my favorites of John's is that almost cel-shaded looking Leon the Professional portrait you have there. The Anakin Skywalker is also quite the lighting and shading on that.
John is a huge fan of that movie. Huge.
It's a great fucking movie, man.
Yeah. He loves the tension. He loves the the Luc Besson style tension. Dude, did you know that in in one rendition of it, there was going to be a provocative scene between the two of them?
Really?
Yes, because
it's on point for French, huh?
Well, no, dude, because the creator, it's like a weird, sick kind of take on his own life. This piece of shit, when he was in his 30s, got a fucking 15-year-old girl pregnant.
Oh, isn't that Luc Besson?
Yeah, dude, I think it's Luc Besson.
I love The Fifth Element.
I know. He's you could look it up, man. It's on his Wikipedia. I'm not no joke, this. She was like a family friend or something gross like that, dude.
I don't want to. I mean, the French, dude. I'm telling you. Okay, so who? Tiger DX in Discord. You sent a couple things. You got a really cool armored soldier, and then you've also got Darth Vader.
Oh,
those are awesome. You have a certain texture, the way you blend it with the shading. That's quite cool.
Ooh, Toby.
Yeah, dude.
Toby the garbage lesbian.
Yeah, the sexy garbage lesbian. They got a very, very low cut or high cut, however you want to look at that top.
Nice coloring, Bard. These are fucking great, dude. You color these 100% you? Because these look professionally made, man. These minis, holy shit.
Dude, like I was saying, the mini, the vibrancy on the duck, like the contrast between the green and blue is incredible.
Yeah, no, that's fucking really good, dude. Really good. Yeah, man, printed and painted. No shit, man.
The detail in your little raccoon mouse dude, whatever that is awesome. Pure awesome. But see, if you're not a Huey, this is what the art channel can be. Lesson learned. Don't be a Huey.
Don't be a Huey.
Be a butcher.
You fucking cunt.
That should have been an ad they made. They should have done you remember Pepsi had that old, do you like Pepsi Max or Pepsi One? And everybody had to vote or some shit. That's what they should have done between Billy and Butcher and Huey. Billy.
Are you a Pepsi or Coke guy?
Okay, so it depends on where you're talking. If you're talking straight up standard blah blah blah, Coke.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I prefer wild cherry Pepsi to Coke cherry.
Interesting. I you know what? I have not sampled enough of the different. Listen, if I'm going cherry soda, I'm most likely going cherry Coke.
I am a fat American. I know it's best.
You know what, man? If you're a connoisseur, I'm going to defer to your expert opinion.
Well,
I'm not going to
Sody
fight
pop.
you.
I refuse to call it soda or pop.
Sody pop,
fuck
sure.
Both sides.
Yeah.
Sody pop is a terrible vice of mine. Now, I haven't drank sugar soda in probably 5 or 6 years at this point.
Well done.
But I still do enjoy diet soda, which for a long time was a problem because of the aspartame.
Sure.
But now that they switched over to stevia, I feel slightly less guilty because I also try to balance it out with an enormous water intake. I'm still at about 75% of a gallon most days.
Nice
I didn't want to
Ironman's
do the math.
No, but dude,
Is that Ironheart?
that's Iron Tits, dude. You know the funny thing is, the only time I see like as far as like a fountain drink able to get one of those cherry Cokes or cherry Pepsis is when I'm at an AMC theater and they got one of those really cool machines where you can make your own.
Some Burger Kings, at least here, do have those machines.
Ooh, love that.
But most times they're out. Where it's like, because all they do is if you order a cherry Coke, you don't get cherry Coke, you get Coke with their artificial cherry flavoring. Generally speaking, I don't think it's a different feed. They just mix it in the fountain. So even then, you're not getting the true cherry Coke or cherry Pepsi. You're getting base Pepsi with the theater's cheaper artificial cherry flavoring.
Interesting, because I almost
like
always
those
go
machines
for the
are cool, but if they don't clean them right, if they don't like, if you the theaters are usually good, but if you go to like a Burger King that has one, you don't know what's stocked.
Right.
Like that franchise owner can go, oh, fucking lemonade, it took me 3 months instead of a month to sell all that syrup in that batch. We're not going to do lemonade. We'll just be out of lemonade for right now.
No, you're right. The safer bet is a movie theater because those machines are like their bread and butter. Because for those of you who don't know, movie theaters, they mark up their food because that's where they get paid. They make maybe half what the cost of a ticket, which doesn't do shit.
That's why you see so many places that not only have food but bars now.
Yeah,
like it's big money for that. The theater, they tried to make it as like a hangout spot, like bring the whole family, spend $60 on dinner for chicken nuggets because they're $15 a piece.
That's right. Good night, pals. Love you guys. Hey, good night, John Amore.
Good night, buddy.
Sleep well. All right, now.
You gotta go in 10 minutes?
I gotta go, man. That's the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you got the lady.
Yeah, I know. I just unpacked 5 bags of groceries, rapid style, just tearing those fuckers up.
I know that. My wife hates me because I don't organize shit. I just throw it in. I just basically whip it into the fridge and she organizes later.
I did a like, loose organization. I did a loose. You know, I know where the things go in the fridge, so I just kind of tossed them in there.
Here's the way I look at it, right? The fridge is clean anyways, and because generally if I'm going to get the groceries during the week on like a Friday, I have to get up at 6 a.m., take my wife to work, go do the grocery shopping, haul it all, because I go to Sam's Club weekly. I don't go to Jewel, I don't go to Aldi, I go to fucking Sam's Club.
Ooh, you're
so
Sam's
then
Club,
it's cheaper in the long run. Like literally I have cycles where I buy a 10-pound bag of chicken breast every 3 weeks. I buy this every 2, so I have my cycles with that. And I gotta haul it all in by myself. I gotta stock the upstairs fridge with all the stuff in the actual kitchen. And then I bring down stuff downstairs that's ours in our fridge.
Jesus.
So I'm not organizing shit, dude. By the time I get here, and then I still gotta go pick her up from work. So it's like, no. I'm gonna whip it into the fridge baseball style, and you can organize it. I'm gonna shotgun blast our refrigerator with groceries. And then you can come in with your OCD and organize it. Yeah,
you know what? Originally I was like, it's interesting take. But now that you explained it to me, yeah, that's fair. Because, dude, listen, I don't have an excuse. The wife orders the groceries or I order the groceries, and then they get delivered by the Amazon person or Fresh Direct or Whole Foods person to our doorstep, prepackaged. And everything is more or less.
That would be nice. Like, if I told my wife that, she'd be like, "But it's like 5 minutes away. Just go." It's like, God damn it.
It's just a real pain in the ass here, man. Looking for spots.
Dude, grocery shop. Oh yeah. You got. See, I'm lucky because I'm technically in a suburb, and I've always got parking. I never have to worry about that.
Yeah, dude. And like parking outside my apartment, and it's always just, and I got to take it up 3 flights of stairs to my apartment. It's just a fucking nightmare. The whole thing is just.
I'd imagine if you're buying for the week, are you even paying a heavy fee, or does your like over $100 get you free delivery or some shit?
Delivery is free after a certain point, but it's food for the week, so we usually spend enough to make it affordable. Affordable. Yeah, it's pricey.
Yeah, it cancels it out with the convenience factor.
Yeah, but like that's what you want to fork over an extra $10 so you don't have to do the entire fucking thing. That's the trade-off. Your time for money. All right.
I do.
Yeah.
You gotta go, buddy.
Yeah, I gotta get the hell out of here.
You got 8 minutes, bro. She's gonna stab you in the neck fat.
Oh no, not the fat. I'm gonna put a fake show on.
Oh, you gonna let it go live and just chill? Everybody do like a be right back chill, or are you ending it?
No, because I've only been on 2 hours. I want to do at least another hour or two.
I'll be here, man. You know, Mondays are my. I talked to my wife and I'm like, I should probably start streaming Mondays again. She's like, no, you need a fucking day, bro. Like, knock it off.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put this on. Fooling everybody. Where is this? Yeah, I've got it muted. It's so funny. It looks like we're having a whole ass conversation.
Dude, you should unmute it, and I'll go silent and just see how many people come in and respond to it, and then I'll respond to them, almost like a trap.
All right, let me. All right, hang on. Let me shut the music off. Yeah, we're doing like a. Yeah, no, I guess it's kind of like an impromptu, like little. Doing a little rerun.
This is an innovative be right back screen, is what this is.
Okay. Hey, Dole Zero. Can you guys hear that? Oh wait, hang on.
Hold on. No, just you so far.
Whoa, I can't hear it either. Well, that's weird. Whoa, that's weird. The audio isn't playing. Wait, let's see. God damn it, I gotta go into my sound settings now. Sound settings, volume mixer.
I was just looking at more John and more shit. How the fuck did he turn Geralt from The Witcher into a Disney prince?
He's just that much of an animal.
I mean, I gotta be honest, I love it, but still.
I'm not that good nor patient at traditional work. Hang on, let me...
Yanni, besides when you're drawing cute little creatures, I get this sense that you like breastises. Don't worry about the audio. Just play the video. I'll chill, dude. It's all good.
What? No, well, now I'm weirded out because my my sound effects aren't going off either. You know, like the fart noises and the.
What about your sources? Did you do an update recently? Did it default the audios?
God. Shit. The audio must have switched because it was working just fine the other day, and now it's.
If you had any Windows updates, it does default it, at least on mine, when I do a Windows update.
All right, system sounds are default. Voice meters default. OBS is default. You guys, like the fact that you guys can hear my voice is great.
You probably got the microphone defaulted to Windows, like as connected to Windows for the setting on it.
You see, advanced audio properties. Always not great to be tinkering around with this shit while I'm live. All right, let me just get
56, buddy.
Just gonna be quick. Ugh, I know, fuck. I'm gonna have to tell the lady. Listen, I'm late because you made me do the fucking.
Groceries. Right. They got here just as I was leaving.
I mean, that's what I'm gonna say. Rather than.
Hopefully she doesn't watch or listen right now.
Yeah.
You got 3 minutes till she can pay attention.
Yeah, no, all right. The voice meter output. Maybe I need voice meter auxiliary output. Let's see. Voice meter aux output. Check. Can you hear me? All right. You still hear Matt. You're not hearing yourself, right, Matt? Okay, let me try to run into nothing. Dead air. Here, say something on stream. Oh, Christ. Oh, okay, that was the wrong move. What I just said, you know what? I'm gonna put it back to where it was, and apologies, gang. No, I'll put the video up, and yeah, you know what really sucks? I can't hear the audio.
So the monitor, it's not in the advanced, the monitor, well, it's your voice meter though, so I don't know.
All right, let me try playing an MP3. Wow, okay, fuck. None of the audio is actually playing for my computer. Which explains why I didn't hear any sound effects earlier when somebody subscribed.
I'll be honest with you, maybe the best bet is to stream reboot, and then when you get back, just restart the stream. And just do a dually today, just to get that shit figured out.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to end this stream, try to figure out this audio issue, and I'll be back in like a good 20 minutes or so.
All right, be safe, buddy.
Later.